The amateur game has always been a big part in our lives. It's always the topic of our conversations and it's constantly on our minds on a daily basis.
Although it's not at a professional level, the amateur game is a working class sport at a working class level. Players put their bodies on the line, lives on hold, and have worked their socks off to be the best they can be from the top to the bottom of the amateur game.
We live and breathe football, and the amateur game has given us our best years in football. Both of us have come to the end of our playing days and want to sit and speak to the legends of the game, legends in their world, to sit and listen about the careers and stories of the game we love.
Welcome to our podcast.
3 points, please.
Okay, today we have a great personal friend of ours, a man who was great with us all through probably our later stages in our football careers. Important man for me in my football career, done a lot for me. Second time out doing this podcast, as a few Guinness probably got in the way of the other first one that we done. But we'd like to welcome John Chandler.
Welcome, John.
Thank you, lads. Thanks very much for having me eventually.
By the way, this is the one that everyone has been asking for anyway.
Well, requested, yeah, we spoke to you.
Must be for football, must be for something else.
Well, you're with the schoolboys now, John, eh?
Yeah, I'm with the schoolboys.
Finger Celtic.
I'll tell you, schoolboy football surprised me in many great ways and some downsides of it, but the kids are amazing. I thought I'd never be able for schoolboy football because I'm over passionate, and let's face it, I'm over passionate. But I'm still the same. Like with them, and they buy into that, But I explain to them and all, But they're great kids, and you just see, what kids go through a brick wall. I know 90% of the players they ever managed did. 10% probably says he's an upper.
They didn't stick around for long.
They didn't stick around.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
They wouldn't stick around. They are something else. Like I think I probably told you before, Alan. There's no, you either like me or you hate me. It's very simple. And I know that. Like I'm thick-skinned. I know that my character can come across. As the beauty I'd get out of football is people saying to me, do you know what, I got to know you. You're actually not a bad lad.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people say that though about you though, John. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just the football, the passion show for football, because sometimes it comes across in the wrong way, but it's just that's the way you.
But it only comes across in the wrong way to different personnel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where I think we spoke about anyway before. You need to know how John Chandler works. Do you know what I mean? If I learned how to be able to deal with you. And you were able to learn how to deal with me, because like I would never have been. I know people that you've worked under that could have fell out with you, but still be great friends.
Of course.
After football, do you know what I mean?
Listen, I've never fell out with anybody for life over football. Never.
You always said that to me. Don't ever fall out with anyone over football. Yeah.
Never. Certain things have happened in my career as a player, as a manager, and at the time of the moment, the next day, aftermath is an amazing thing. 24, 48 hours later.
Yeah.
I want to hug that person. I want to sit down with him. I want to go through it again with him. You know what I mean?
You're in it for the common goal though, to win games and win trophies and all that. So it's no point in falling out with someone.
I'm 52 and I still haven't learned how to fucking lose. You know what I mean? Like it's just terrible. That's a bad side of me that someday I say to myself, am I going to cop on here? But you know what? It's just desire. You
learn more from your losses than you do from your wins, so that's a good thing.
I think it all boils down to in your case the passion for it, because you're so passionate.
Yeah,
it's so hard.
And every time we finish in a job or whatever, like whether it's seeing a football or schoolboy, I say I'm not doing that again. But you take a break and then you say, come on, somebody come in.
I'm back.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So in the semi-finals, a couple of the schoolboys, are you?
Yeah, one of the semi-finals. Great game a couple of weeks ago. We beat Ballyuster out there. Like that, kids, no different than junior footballers. The thing about junior football, as we all know, it's not professional, right? And like schoolboy football, so you can be brilliant. And you can have a bad day. You know what I mean? Like it's fickle. It's just a flip of a coin. And the kids are no different. Like they can be brilliant. And then, Ballyuster, we were terrible in the first half. And like that, half time, I think this is what I wouldn't try and treat it any different than how I talk to seeing if senior footballers, just nail down a little bit more, get down to their level.
Yeah.
But I said, look, lads, I've been here before. They're all upset because kids can go sidetracked. No different than junior footballers. I said, and go sidetracked. I said, lads, listen to me. I've been here before. I'm 52 years of age. I've been in many situations like this. Relax. Get your water into you. Take a deep breath. Now, how much do you want this? Go through a few little things. Go through the passion of the game. Go through the desire. And we went there. We came back to all into extra time. Went down 3-2. Then I put me centre half. Funny enough, Nolly Simpson's nephew is.
Yeah, very good, yeah.
Right, Scott Kelch. Oh, what a player, right? Right, centre half, real centre half, like Bill McLean. He's a Bill McLean, right? But probably, Bill probably give out me a bit more ability than Bill. But he went, I put him up front in the 10 roll off the 9, and he's got a cracker. Back centre half.
You probably wanted to stay up there, didn't you?
Yeah. And then we got the winner, the 2 minutes to go, 4-3. So that's the beauty of it. Look, that's why you look at it. Oh, that's what you try for, isn't it?
Do you think it's more rewarding at the schoolboy level or than senior level? Because you kind of listen a bit more and do you see the development in them?
That's a great question.
Sorry about that, John.
That is a good question.
No, it's a great question because
I surprised myself there.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it's a great question. You know, like, so we go to the junior end of it, I think, supposed to the kids. Stay with the kids at the moment.
Save the kids, yeah.
Kids are great because I tell you why, right? They
can't hit you back.
That's one of them. That's one good reason. But the kids, right? The minute the game's over, you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Are you going to McDonald's? Are we meeting up a chance?
Yeah.
Are we going to get a bowl? And that is the beauty of it. That is the beauty. I'm on my weekends round. Now, you do get a couple of players like Scott Kelch. And I say to the lads, you know, I say, he's a demon, that young fella. He's mad. His mother ring me. A man then go, John, will you ring him and talk to him? He's doing everybody's head in the house. Takes a piss. Some players are like that.
Yeah.
But the beauty of 90% of kids, you just say to them, hey, where we going? Get your scooter, we're going off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But one thing about them in Premier football, like more so than junior football, not one of my kids misses shining.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we've got, you know, a 20-man squad there fighting for 18 positions. The lads don't get in to go and play Sunday. We're lucky enough to have a good Sunday side.
This is your first year in the Premier with them, is it?
This is our first year in the Premier. Them kids were always in the highest league. So what happened was when they were under 12s, when the other way it's 9-a-side.
Yeah.
So when it's 9-a-side, they like things, you know, they couldn't get enough players. They was nearly going to break up, and
To step up to the
we
11
I stepped in to get them a hand, and what I done was, I don't know if I tell you a story, did I? And like, you like this one, you will, you like this, Nelson. Because the Gaelic do it, the Gael do it. So they were just finishing 6th class, and we're heading into under 13s to go 11 side. So I went down to the Canada School to Mr. Walsh, great principal down there, countryman. And I said to him, hey, Mr. Walsh, he said, all right, John, he said, will I be able to go around the classes, it says, and talk to all the kids, it says, about football for 10-15 minutes,
Yeah,
and
very good.
invite them up to Finglas Celtic for our opening day training sessions. And he looked at me and he says, oh, he's going to tell me to get out. He said, that's brilliant, he says. The Gaelic's down there for years. He said, I never see the soccer down there.
Shell used to do it then in the secondary schools and all, and a couple of League of Ireland, but that's what they used to. But that's gone. Like,
Yeah,
No,
it
I've never heard of it.
no,
So
I was on St. Fox.
We went around the classes, and we were training on the 28th of June. There's about 50 kids coming through the game.
Did you? Yeah.
I said, yeah, what am I at the down here? I get 2 teams going.
There you go. Yeah.
And then you're stuck with the Saturday Sunday, but look, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But what we done was, we had our 12 Premier, we could have stayed 13 Premier, we can't go third last in the league or whatever. But my son plays them as well. And I seen the kids crying and upset and all. And you can't be upset when you're playing football. We play football because we love it, you know?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, of course you love winning, but at the end of the day, at that age, it's progressing, isn't it? And getting them to be young, mature men. So I said to the club, take us back down to the Major League. Said to the parents, a few kids are trying to get robbed and all. I said, look, I brought all the parents in. I says, give me a year. I says, we'll be back up the Premier. No, I didn't tell him I was telling Lewis. That's just me being me. I was selling it to them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But lucky enough, we put a great little team together. We had the core of 8-9 great players, and then we got the balance of the rest. And the likes of, in fairness to Frank Carberry, the things, you know, we're going through the same predicament.
Process, yeah.
And their team followed, and we got 5 cracking players. his son, an amazing player, and the progression of that lad he's flying, he's brilliant. He's got a hat trick in that 4-3 game that I'm talking about, and I put him up front, because he can do that. But anyways, yeah, I'm probably getting sidetracked here, don't I?
No, keep
Keep going. Keep going.
So and anyways, we went on. We got runners up in the league, in the major, in the 13 major. We won the cup, the domestic cup for major and the league under. Funny enough, we had Ballyhouston in the final. 2-1. We bet them, yeah. So I don't think they like seeing us now at the moment. But and then we went to Barcelona. We got the last 16 of the All Ireland.
Yeah, that's
amazing. It was amazing, yeah. And we went to Barcelona. Barcelona got us promoted because we went over and we organised a trip, and it was amazing. Like, and we played tough teams over there. We played QPR. We won our first game against Basque country over there. Yeah, and we QPR in one of the games. Great experience. Oh, look, we gave all the kids a game. They all had to get a game. We were beaten 4-0. But I'm telling you, these looked like men. But they weren't. They're just athletes coming through the academy at QPR. But it was a great experience for them. We beat them 4-0, and it was only 1-0 at half time. You know, and the kids loved it. But we got to the final of the Shield of that, and we were beaten in the final Shield. It was a great experience for them. They got a great run out of it. And when we come back, it was like they were united. You know what I mean? Like
bonding session.
We went on a run, and we got Joey's pipped us for the league, and we beat a good Cherry Orchard that side that year and all that. But look, it was great, and that got us to the Premier. This year, Premier is a different ball game. I think we have a goal that we set out for is to be mid-table, and I think we'll achieve that, hopefully above. And we said we can get to a cup. We're in the semi-finals of a cup, waiting on the winners of Temple Oak or Cherry Orchard.
It's all looking good, yeah.
Looking good,
long way last.
That is.
Right, John, do you want to touch on your schoolboy, or are we just going to skip straight in?
Who's going to remember 40 years? Well, just say who I played for. I played for Lourdes and I played for Kevin's. And they be the profile kind of clubs. I went to Lourdes when I was 14, and then I finished at Kevin's. So, because no one's going to remember.
So what, 17, 18 then? From Kevin's, where do you go?
We went through the system, me and Paul Kenny, up to the first team to Paddy Daly. Done a year up there. Yeah, that's one of my regrets. I had no patience. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be in. I wanted to play straight away. Bill had patience, but Bill was brilliant.
Bill Kenny
Was excellent, like, you know. So I think Bill done 2 years. I done a year, and then I signed briefly for my dad at Ballymontown, and then I went to Tolka Rovers. Wasn't it? No, sorry, I went to Usher Celtic. That's my first encounter with Usher Celtic when I was about 20. So I had a few nice seasons there with Usher, but I left and came back. Like the Glenmore thing, I left and came back. Me mate Jerry Lynch played for Kevin's. Cracking player he was, cracking. He would have played with Johnny Ryan and all. He won everything with the Kevin's team. But he was a Tolka man. But before he went to Kevin's, and I was at the leaving Kevin's, he was with Tolka, and he was trying to get me out of Tolka. But I went to Usher because that's where my family is from, and then my dad was over there as well. He's on the Saturday side.
You have a strong affiliation with Usher, haven't you?
Strong affiliation with Usher, yeah. Very much so. And it'd be massively in my heart. But the funny thing was, you're only a young fella. Me and Jerry Lynch, Jerry rings me, he says, Larry Wise, he says, a fella Jimmy Spratt. Jimmy Spratt's from Finglas, a great player he was. He won everything with Glenmore and all, right? Yeah. And he says, he's over there, Larry Wise to play for Bowers. He says, there's some team that paying money, John. Now you have to understand, right? Me and Jerry Lynch, we were on the dole. The dole was paying 15 quid a week. 15
quid?
Yeah, that's how far that's how old I am.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that was shillings, John. 2
and 6. But that's how, that's 52 or 53 nearly. And so Jerry said, what you mean? He said, well, come on. He said, look, he's had to be watching us. We're at the winning a 7-a-side in Ballymun, right? And we were fucking great at 7-a-sides, right? You know, like everybody was back then, you know. And he says, do you want to go over and have a look? So Jimmy Spratt came up to the door and he asked us to go over. Went over. That was my first interaction with Leinster senior football. And
top league?
Yeah, blew me away.
Senior Sunday.
I always thought AOL, because AOL was tops then. You have to understand. When I was playing AOL back in 1990 and all, Francis were only at the leave in AOL.
Premier A.
Francis were Premier A well. You know what I mean? Like Cherry Orchard. You know, top teams, like, you know. Like Leinster saying, I didn't think it was the league, but when you go and play it, you realise, like, it was
the grounds are a little bit better, and the standards kind of still.
So
tougher or something. I don't know. It was just different, is it?
Wasn't players that you wouldn't remember, but I know if anybody my age listened to the podcast would remember, you know, Pacquiao, it's young international now. Pacquiao's quality. Eric Hannigan, like. Brainer, like, you know, the two 20s, two centre halves, they were unbelievable. So we went over, and there was a fella there, the money man, as he say, Lord of mercy, and there was a lovely man, Tommy Kettle. He owned a few opticians or something. So I know Jerry was getting a better deal than me. Oh, Jerry says to me, "No, go in here, go in and have a chat with him." Now, I'm not joking, right? So I think Jerry was getting £50 a game, right? I was getting £40 a game. Now that's a lot of coursing.
No,
that's a lot of money at that time.
Yeah.
At that time, you get it every few weeks. You know what I mean? And sure, you're going into rooms, into markets.
Pockets loaded.
Remember the lab? It was only 15 quid. Waking up with a scar in my pocket, no work. You know, like. Going to the pub, jumping on the pub, trying to But look at that. That's. I'll tell you, to be honest about it. When me and Jerry talked about it, we done this season. Truthfully, did I enjoy my football? I loved the experience. I didn't really enjoy the football because you were there for the money. You know what I mean? And
where is Glenmore based, John?
When we played, they played up off Kimmage there in that cricket club. The club, I don't know if you know. You know, it's Ben Dunn has a gym there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm about?
I know.
We hauled road.
I know.
We hauled road up that way, and that's where we used to play. You know what I mean? Now look at the serious players. A lot of players were playing that could have played League of Ireland, but there's no money in League of Ireland. Do you know what I mean? Like Eric Hannigan was unbelievable. Like, you know, there's some unbelievable players. But that's funny. The photograph only come up there on that Ireland now. And I come up there.
I seen your poster, it's very good. That's deadly.
Same hair now. Same hair now.
A bit more hair. As my son says that, you look see-through hair.
Yeah, very like Jake, and Jake is very like it actually. Yeah.
He's old enough now to get a slap.
So how was the first year there? Then
it was grand. We won the Metropolitan that year, like, you know what I mean? Like, and there was a very good team, like, you know. There was some great lads. I can't remember some of their names. They probably give out to me. I'd still see them now, and they'd probably give out to me. I can't remember a lot of the names, but some of them I'd still see. You know what I mean? Like, and look, these are top players. These players were that good when they did leave Glenmore, because Glenmore was probably don't look scientists. You know what I mean? I don't want to be insulting anybody that put a lot of effort into Glenmore, but they were a money club. You know what I mean?
They don't last long, the money clubs, do they?
It looks that way. Well, we don't know. One or two still last.
I don't know. I think if somebody just comes out, a splash out of a pan, just comes out of nowhere and just says, right, let's throw money into them. Like, I think we mentioned before, the way Mount Merriam went. Do you know what I mean? I think it was always going to happen with them. Yeah. But like other teams that are paying now, they seem to have like a really well-run club. Do you know what I mean? And a schoolboy section as well. Like, so they're not really going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? If the money's still there, they're gonna. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna be still there. Like.
Yeah, of course.
So where did you go after Glenmore? One season at Glenmore.
Yeah, I don't go back to Usher. I spent 5 or 6 seasons then at Usher. Like, sorry, oh God, you have to show me. It's when you're older. I had a row with me dad, and I went to Tolka Rovers. Right. For the season.
Did you?
Tolka Rovers for the season.
They were Premier A still, or had they played the jump?
Premier A, yeah. Premier A then, yeah.
And Usher, what league were Usher in?
Premier A. Usher were always Premier A.
Premier A, yeah.
Usher were always Premier A until later on in life, until, you know what I mean? Like, but, and then, then I went back to Usher, like, you know, yeah, good times, great times.
Yeah, that was the manager they were at the start. So
this year, I signed for Usher, like, when I was only young, like, I didn't know what it was like to win things and straight into a Liddy Cup final in our first year. They're always there, you know what I mean, for honours, like, and all, you know what I mean? Always knocking. Some great players, though, you know.
Well, they won Premier A and all.
Yeah, and not just that, like, they won Niviets.
Yeah, Leinster Juniors.
Like, they've won the FA Junior, but not in earlier. The last time they won the FA Junior, I think it was at 88, 86 or 88, it could have been, in around then. But they've a great pedigree, but you know what I mean, like Usher, a household name, like, as far as I was concerned in junior football. And you go back over the years, talk to anybody at Cherry Orchard, like to be the same, they'd be up there in the top 5 with Kevin's. Like, that's all. Like, when I was playing, Leicester were okay, you know what I mean? Like, but they became great then. They became great, you know what I mean? Like the teams.
Leicester only came great when we
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. So in my
yeah.
day, like in my day, that's a long time ago. Like they weren't like, you know, as I said, you know, like I think shout out for Premier B and all, like, you know, I mean, all great things that they don't know. But the clubs when I was growing up would have been obviously Francis, Cherry Orchard, Kevin's were massive, and Usher Celtic, and then the likes of Pomarnick came along, like, you know what I mean? Like, so look at what they've done is amazing, but it's all about. I always say to lads, like, how old are you? Say a 30-year-old to a 20-year-old, right? You might remember, like, you know, it's a big difference in football, 10 years. Do you understand? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm telling you now, 15, you're only 10 years younger than me, do you not remember me? Why would you remember me? Because when you were 18, 19, 20, and you didn't care about anybody, only yourself.
Yeah.
You weren't looking at a 20-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You probably didn't know who he was.
They're different guys. There's some great players, unbelievable great players.
So, to see the way you manage, or now, the intensity and the passion that you have for football, as a player, were you the same? Were you the intensity there?
It got me into trouble, to be honest about it. It got me into a lot of trouble.
Son.
The two are very passionate. That's why you want to quote as passionate.
A great captain of ours, Declan the Hiff. Declan the Hiff was class centre half for Russia. Yeah, and he grabbed me one. He says, "You're too passionate. You're too passionate. You need to fight that down." But I don't think you can change that in people.
Once you have that fire in your belly, I don't think it's going to go away.
You had to play with passion, had to play on the edge, you had to play aggressively.
I had to play of getting the opposition going, and if I could get the line going as well, I loved it.
Everyone's involved in it.
Play at the moment, get the game going.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, that worked for me as a player and as a team, I'd like to think, but it also worked against us. Where the lads come in the dressing room and they go, Chandler, you're fucking easy, you started that today, you know what I mean? But
that's the way you play it. As Al said, I think you do the same, man. You
the
play
exact
it,
same.
As much as you get out in the dressing room,
loads. A manager would have to say probably every half time, saying, look, you just have to stop now. Do you know what I mean? Now, if I wasn't booked, they'd say, just leave me. But if I was booked, they'd be like, right, I can't fucking pinch anyone again.
But that's the way you play, boys, and that's you don't change it.
Yeah, I've said it loads of times. I have to play on the edge, and I think John McLaren said it's something there with us at the start of the season. Because I came up and you know what I'm like, I'm a bit of a giver outer, and not even giver outer, trying to just get the high demands and high standards, but they probably got sick of me, do you know what I mean? For the I came up first few games, they're going, hey, Barrett's a moany cunt. But Johnny then
can I just say
him the one day and said, let him fucking scream at you, because that's when he's at his best. Do you know what I mean? You have to be like that.
You cannot take that over somebody. You cannot take that over somebody. You can try and, which you have done. You can, it's always going to be there. You're probably doing it a lot less than you did.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, that's what experience. Me personally, you know, I just love the battle. I love the battle.
You know, up for the headers and the 50-50 tackles.
I think Chandler's up already.
Yeah, elbows up.
Even if I wasn't near the ball, I'd be shouting Chandler's up. Because I was taught that. I was always taught, they shout.
Put your man
out,
who's
coming here behind me. Just put that little doubt in them. People know, do you know what? No one calls for that anymore. That's what I know. I was only trying to get the kids to do it and all.
The keepers don't even do it, sure they don't.
I used to do like the opposition's head in. I'd be playing centre half or middle of park, and there'd be a ball. I would know for the fact there wasn't a ball. I'd be shouting, call referee. Put the doubt in their head.
100%, yeah.
No one does it.
Totally
no one does it. I can't believe some of the things that I don't see that happen in our day. Listen, when we used to go out playing with Russia, and remember, I was from Ballymun. We go out to the San Siro, best days of my life, and the battles we had with Ballymun United. And I tell you, like Gary McCormick will tell you, you know what I mean? The Canes will tell you, like, would it be like serious games, but we always went for a point after. They used to hate me coming in the towers. But the crack for the slagging and the crack and all. I remember I straight in the towers to the bar to be that. Do you know what I mean? And that's gone now. Like, you know, there could be 500-600 people around Ballymun watching the game. Mm-hmm. Watching the game.
And you're winding them all up.
Yeah. But they'd be at it as well. Yeah. Listen, you know, I think that's the think we had some crack down that.
Yeah. Look, I enjoy it. And look, like if someone gives it back, then it's like, oh yes,
That game there
let's
today.
go, let's go. Do you know what I
The
mean?
best one I learned, and I don't see anybody doing it anymore. I don't see anybody. And I actually had one of you scared me little midfield general doing it. Right? And it's a very simple little thing. When you know you're going to get a yellow, you're clattering. Bend down. I thought we could pass this on to you when you're young fella. But bend down and pinch him and say, sorry, pal. Sorry, pal. And he jumps with the action. He's on a yellow as well for the retaliation.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I've done it.
Dark arts, as it's called, yeah.
I remember you saying that to me.
I call it dark arts.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. Listen, P-Man was a master for getting people, like, being solid at the back and getting people,
Psyched,
psyched. Hit them hard.
Yeah.
Hit them hard.
Definitely.
So you go into 6 years with Ushers, was it? Usher.
Yeah, well, 5-6 years. Yeah, would have been with Usher, and then.
Trophy wise, what you winning there?
Yeah, well, what would it be? And like, to be honest, not as much as I should have probably won with them. They won a lot more when I was gone. I won the Nivea, won the Liddy, and won the, what was the fucking other one? The Jody Cup, was it? Was it two Jody Cups? Do you ever remember that cup there?
No.
Yeah. See, what happened was, right, if you didn't play for, you could call it cheating as well. If you didn't play in a certain game round for the Sunday, say you were knocked out of the cup, we'd all play Saturday. There were 3 or 4 of us to be able to play Saturday. So, look, so yeah, just, things
But it has to be done. It'll still be done today. Like, so.
But look, if I had instead, Russia would have won a hell of a lot more, you know what I mean? Because they went on then to win a lot, like, you know what I mean? But look, you make your decisions, don't you? And I got a chance to go play for St. Francis.
And that's why you took the step.
To me, right, St. Francis, besides them being League of Ireland, if they were Leinster Senior, I would have signed for them. Because there's 2 clubs back then that is in my heart, as Usher and Francis, massively in my heart, right? And my cousin Ben Arbone played for Francis for 10 years and won everything with them, played in the 1990 Cup final. And I always wanted to fucking play for Francis. And so that was an ambition. And then when you get a phone call and you get recommended by Pete Mann, and then John Noonan's at your door, like, and Jimmy Hart and all the coaching staff, like, they thought I was a bit younger, mind you, but I was 26, going on 27 when I signed them. I only had to move it into the house, and yeah, I thought, like, I gave up probably winning more trophies with Usher, but it was the best thing I'd done. I thought, you know what I mean?
You can't turn down that opportunity.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I know you and Daz went through that and all, and I heard you on podcast and all. What I got over here, it's okay to jump onto his podcast.
Yeah, okay.
What I got over that was a bit sad in the sense that I'd love you to be more patient.
Think so. Does
that make sense?
Yeah, it's probably one thing you probably wouldn't be regretting now. That one thing we probably should have done, sit around for another.
Look, sorry for doing. I'd no patience at Kevin's. Paddy Daly loved me and Bill. Loved 2 or 3 that come and chill from the 18s. He fucking loved us. But said, be patient. Back then, here's how good Kevin's were. He had a Premier A team and a Premier B team. Me and Bill were getting brought out to get games at midweeks at 18 years of age. Like, obviously there'd be players if they're walking, whatever, but we're on the bench or whatever, and we'd be starting some games. And I didn't grasp that. I want to start now.
You're young, isn't it?
These are top
young,
players winning things.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying about if you knew what you know now.
Of course, in hindsight.
And that's what we got over your and Dad's conversation. I thought you could have done it at UCD. I thought you could have done it at
probably so. I couldn't. I was sitting in the.
Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
So I got.
And yourself as well. I heard your story as well. And I didn't even realise that sometimes we don't take enough time because we all slag each other in the pub and all. We don't take enough time to know everything about each other. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And your story about the Rovers of Carl Murray.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And you're looking something to me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't have.
I think it's. You had someone down back then to say, well, listen, this is what you should be doing, or went through themselves and had awards. You probably would have accepted a bit more, but if you say it was your ma, your dad saying, listen, just sit there, oh no, I'm going to do my own, especially at that age, 18, you're going to do my own things.
And then look at.
But it always is your own path, isn't it? Usually, like, who has. Like, say you with Jake now, John. Jake has you. You're at the going through it all. My dad wasn't into football. My dad didn't like football.
But
you know what I mean? He
came
to every game, but he was never there to say, I think you should go down to home farm. And I'm going to bring you to here. I'm going to bring you to there. Stay with Rovers. You're at the getting into the 21s. Just stick it out.
If he knew the process of what's happening, then he could have put you
Nobody
wide.
started seeing them play back then.
Yeah, that's
Nobody's
what I'm
saying.
Like, you know, like my dad didn't see me play schoolboy and that till he, you know, till us. He only see me
Till
play
you're older.
18.
Yeah.
Like, I won the All Ireland with Lewis Celtic.
And your dad was a
and he wasn't
football
even
man.
at the game.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
he was managing his own teams. You understand? You know what I mean? Like, man, he would have been only like 30 odd himself there managing his own teams.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know yourself. But yeah, look, there's a few things I'm probably not even remembering because people probably wouldn't remember them. That it's that long ago. You know what I mean? But I was lucky enough now. Anywhere I went, I won something.
trophies,
Yeah. Anywhere I went, I was lucky enough to win things. And
This episode is brought to you by Eco Pro Power Flushing. Is your heating system not working as efficiently as it used to? If so, then it might be time that you get yourself an Eco Pro Power Flush. Eco Pro are one of the most trusted experts in power flushing and also offer other services such as boiler fitting, lime scale removal, and reverse osmosis. They'll rid your system of any sludge, rust, or debris and will have your home heating system working to its full capacity. For a warmer home, call on 085 831 6372 or contact them via Instagram or Facebook at ecopro_power flushing.
What's the standard look now stepping up to Francis now? Were you comfortable enough, or was it kind of wean yourself
I'll tell you,
into the standard order?
Francis were very unlucky, right? They were building, right? They were look at everything they've done in their history. It was the right move to make.
They're a good club, aren't they?
Great
Even
club.
still, even
Great
now.
club.
Yeah,
It's great to see them back in the top league.
Yeah.
But
doing well as well.
100% Kevin Smith, and you know they're all ex-Francis players, and you know, and from the Liberties, they own Kevin would be a Liberty boy, you know what I mean? Kevin's club, but his sons are all great players, and they're up there and they're breaking their heart and soul like for the club, and they're doing a fantastic job. But look, just sticking to it, you asked me the question, what was the reason I went up there? Do you know what? To be honest, Nelson, I was just happy to be there.
Yeah,
it was brilliant, and I enjoyed it. For sitting, Jimmy Hart, right? So Pete came in. Pete was there. Pete went on then to go to Bowes with Roddy Collins. He couldn't turn that down. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, so Pete set all that structure. He set all that pathway, and there was a young coach there, Jimmy Hart, with John Noonan, and they were great. And another lad, Brian Arkins. You know Vinnie Arkins.
Yeah,
his brother, and they were great. They were coaches, and they were great, but they were great for the club as well. And we went out to Scotland for the first year. Do you remember Grace? I'm getting you as still younger. Brian Shane. Remember Brian Shane? Played for the AOL and all. Played for Avemore. Great centre forward. But he signed a load of junior footballers. Right? Gavin Doyle off Bangor. Right? Scotty would have mentioned him.
Yeah, that's right.
Class. So Carl Warfield, I think you might have mentioned him as well. He was a goalkeeper. So he saw John Reid. John Reid came home from Australia. Had been playing semi-professional football. John Reid was playing for Drogheda, won the league with Drogheda, and went to Australia. Came home. So he signed a calibre of great fucking players. That you know. Like, you know, there was no money. Like, so if you wanted to get in the shop window, put it that way. It was a stepping stone more. Window, but a very good side. We beat Dundalk. I don't think Dundalk won the league that year, but we beat Dundalk in our first game. Gavin Doyle got the winner. But everything was professional. They brought us to Scotland. We played. This is what Scotty's talking about. We played against East Stirling. That's the same.
Right, yeah.
We played against East Stirling. We were supposed to play Stanhousemore. We played against Dundee United. He forgets a few things, and he's younger than me. I thought I'm the one with Alzheimer's. Because he didn't remember me being there. Yeah, and I played centre half for him that day as well.
Did you? Yeah, centre half together. Yeah,
I like Scott. He's a great lad. But he'd tell you, which he did tell you, there were some quality players there, and we held our own. And then when we were getting beaten, it was only like 2-1. You know what I mean? Like, it was never like.
No, you weren't like he was really accepted that. Yeah, he wasn't getting thumped around that.
No, and that's the sad thing about it. A couple of good seasons there, a few good seasons there, and they had plans, great plans, and then obviously. You probably know the history on that, don't you? Pats came in.
What? No, what is that? Did Scotty tell us? Did Scotty?
No, I never went into it.
I'll tell you briefly on that because briefly on that story, really. So what happened was, I was about 30 then, and John Noonan can't be. He said he had Murray Price up down the coaching with us. Murray Price out of the FEI, and his brother Frank Price. Frank was a great lad. So they had plans right to move forward, and he was bringing in a budget to start paying players and get a couple of more quality players in. And that's what he was doing, and bringing the system through. So he asked me, would I do the reserves and still be part of the squad of the first team? And John Ray was the captain of the first team. So everything was going grand, and then we had a good pre-season. I was at the telling him, he asked me to go over, because like that again, Pete Man was great mates with, Pete Man was always doing work for Francis behind the scenes. Always, he probably still is. But he was great friends with Robbie Bartley's father, Lord of Mercy on him.
Alan.
He was managing a great Rivermount 18th. You must remember, right? Ken O'Man and all. Yeah.
And the player balls,
and so he was taking the reserves with another lad, and he said, Jonas says, I'm at talking to Pete. He says, go over there. You have arrangements to meet Robbie Bartley's father. I didn't even know who Robbie was at the time. He said, you're looking at Robbie. I'll tell you, Robbie Bartley. He says, Ken O'Man. He says, they're playing against Home Farm in Albert College. Ken O'Man, Robbie Bartley, a fella called Robbie Power. Do you remember him? Rog Power. Yeah. Very good, tough as nails.
Brilliant.
Brilliant player.
Never kicked on, Rog, actually. Yeah, played him with the Valley.
I can't think of the goalkeeper's name of Rivermount then. But anyways, I brought the forward of them. I went over.
Anto O'Connor, no?
It might have been Anto O'Connor, I'm not too sure. I'm not really sure on that one though. I'm not sure on that one, so don't hold me to that one. But the three players.
Because I think Anto Devlin ended up taking all them.
No, listen.
Lads,
I brought them to Francis. And they had a great pre-season. Right, and here's what happened. This is true. Great pre-season, and they were signing and all. Robbie Bartley was flying. Bit of an attitude problem, as we all know. You know what I mean? But what a player, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, anyways, this is we're training. We get a phone call. Come back, hang around training afterwards, lads. The chairman out of Francis. Right, look, he wouldn't be very well got now for what he's done. There's some great people at Francis behind the scenes. So you have to understand, St. Francis Football Club is owned by people with shares and deliveries. So, like, you know, I don't know too much on it, but I know that much that it's owned by shares. And Pat Dowling came in the dressing room, swear to God, right, and says, we're all sitting there. He said, listen, we're managing together, we're coming together.
He was manager of Bowers at the time, was he?
No, Pat. So we're coming together, right? Now a couple of old heads, John Ray and myself. You know, man, looking at him. Right, John Ray says, and he said, what's the crack here? And he says, Pat, you know what I'm saying to you? You have no interest in anybody here. He said, I've been around this game a long time. We said the same to him. He says, you're only interested in that ground out there, which was the truth. And then they did get the ground for a while, but then I went to court cases and then they won it back. And that's how Francis folded. From League of Ireland.
Yeah, it was gone. Yeah,
that's how they followed it.
Because Pats went in just to get the ground.
Yes, basically said he might together. That's basically the truth, yeah.
Or was he throwing money wise, or what was the money problems, or what's
the you could end up in court after that. You know what I mean? But that's basically the gist of it.
Was Baldonan left idle for a while?
Of course it was. Yeah. And then see, this builds me up into like, that's probably going to come in a while into the managerial career end of it, like, you know. But anyways, that followed. Yeah, and then the boys, and then we believe this is what happened. Now I could be well wrong off in this, right? But I always say, Jays, when I met Ken O'Man, he says, "Oh, fair play, Chandler." He says the best thing he ever done was going up for last summer, because I believe Pete Man was on talk. Is anybody up there? And Ken O'Man was mentioned. And he went on to Bowers, and the rest was history. Look at Ken O'Man's career.
Yeah, very good career. Yeah.
And like, I've met him a few times. He said, look, if I never went up to Francis that time, he says, I probably would have never got the chance to go elsewhere. You know, I'm not saying that we got the opportunity, but
did Robbie go pitches as well, or did he?
Robbie went up.
Was he up in Francis?
Robbie was at Francis done the pre-season. Yeah, and Rog Power. Yeah.
Fair play to get in the pre-season now, Robbie.
He actually did. He actually did that season. He actually did. And everybody thought he was quality, but when I think a few higher clubs came looking for him after that, and sure, look, he tell himself, Robbie, he now wouldn't be talking about behind his back. I love the lad.
Geez,
he knows that, you know, that it wasn't for him. I mean, like, he didn't want it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
He could have done it. Could he have done it? You better believe he could have done it.
He can still play now at the 35s and all that.
It's about 34, is he not?
Yeah, so. Yeah, look at that.
And it just ended there and then
it ended there, and that's how we went to Dublin bus then. That's how we went to Ballyfermot. John Ray said me, wound down a fella called Richie Bailey, a great coach. He says, down at Ballyfermot, I'm very fond of Chandler.
What league at Ballyfermot in?
Top league, that's what I'm saying to you.
That's in Leinster Senior.
Leinster Senior. That year, Cherry Orchard, Paul O'Brien was managing Cherry Orchard, great side. We got them in the last 16, the intermediate. I did the last 16 the quarterfinals, I'm not too sure, right? And John's brother was playing for Cherry Orchard, centre forward. But anyways, we drew in there with them in the game. We had that game we drew 1-1 with them up at their pitch in Delasal, and then it got taken back to James's Gate the following Wednesday night or the Friday night, something like that or whatever. They beat us on penalties in extra time and then penalties. But that was the only time. I remember saying that was only a short stint. We knocked out the intermediate. I was at the getting injured, and then that's when I signed for Premier B at Robbie. That's at the making sense.
And when did Dublin Bus come in? When were you with Dublin Bus?
So signed for Robbie for Wefta from the January to the summer. And it was what it was. And then I really saying Dublin Bus.
Obviously being in Finglas, kind of.
Well, John Reid was my best mate. John Reid was my best mate, and we became fucking best mates, and we sort of done a lot together then, you know what I mean? Like, so he
went everywhere together.
You know, kind of way. Like,
Daz and Nelson.
So we went over to Dublin Bus, and we had a good year over there, like, you know. And then Dublin Bus. That's when my managerial career started, basically, because I went down to the gate. It was John Reid again. It didn't go very well. In the end, it didn't go very well down the bus. Now, the Doyles were great, Paul Doyles. It was great.
Casa on that team?
Casa was on that team. What a player. I'd enjoy him to play with him for the year.
Yeah.
I tell you. And, sorry. But Casa, Grant Casson, yeah, sure. I'll go into him later in my team. Like, but Casa was there, yeah.
Casa went on to manage Dublin Bus, did he then?
See, it's so long ago. Like, you're talking that's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I know, it would have been a few years later. Bill was telling us.
Bill was telling us, yeah.
It would have been a few years later. Then,
yeah. Which Bill?
Bill Kenny.
Did you do Bill Kenny? Yeah.
Yeah, we done him, but we lost the podcast.
We didn't lose the podcast. Somebody lost the podcast.
Right. I hope he mentioned playing with me a schoolboy, did he?
Bill.
Did he not mention schoolboy?
Yeah.
He did. I'll have words with him. Right, but anyways.
So it didn't go great at the bus.
Well, it did. And then it just fell asunder then through politics. Let's just say politics, because I'm very fond of a lot of people over there, and I don't want to be talking about like names, because unfortunately politics sometimes can ruin a team and ruin a club, like, you know what I mean, like. And to be honest, I don't think Dublin was whatever the same after that. Look, they have a good manager in there now, and they won a cup there recently.
That's right. Yeah.
That's Gareth Dodger. See that chap, Gareth Dodger? I don't know. No. He played for Francis with me and Scotty. Right. Scotty mentioned him. Right. Scotty mentioned him in that. Yeah, but
he won the Lummy last week against Kevin.
He's a good coach. He managed the DDSL squads, and he managed UCD, like, and then he managed Ballymena for a few years.
Did he was with Ballymena?
That's the player that got them up to the top league and got relegated.
Was it? Yeah, he
did well with them.
Right.
Yeah, but he got them up.
They beat us 2-1 this morning.
Yeah, that's Gareth Dodger. That was in the last manager before Gar.
Was it? He was at the team with Ballymena, then moved to Dublin Bus.
The Dublin Bus. Yeah, smart. Do you want me to ring? Was it his podcast or mine?
Very good.
What is his next podcast? Chandler gave me a number.
He said something smart on the pitch today. You won't be getting a podcast.
He's not like that, actually.
I know he didn't know.
He's actually very quiet. He's actually quite lad. But he does his coaching well. But so
you went to the management from there, did you?
So what happened was Robbie Rudy and Liam came around to me. So what happened was, sorry, apologise, because that many years ago, really, but so I went, after the went Reedy again, Chandler, we're going down to James's Gate. But I never really liked it down there, you know, so, but look I was there, and then, just coincidence then, Robbie and Liam knocked on my door, and I'd say, I was at the pre-season with the Gate, I'd tell you, it had to be September, because we played Killessa on the Thursday night. He knocked it down to me on the Monday night, and he said, look, I know, like, when we were in Premier B, didn't think it probably go the way according to plan, different things and all. But he said, look, I was a decent side now. And he had got a very good side. And he said, we'll be interested in coming in for your experience. I had a chat with him. And he said, look, trying tomorrow, I'll play a Thursday. He says, he's had a few young players here, Barry McGowan. He said, you know, I have experience at the back, as in Bill. James O'Rourke was up top. It was a cracking side, like, you know. So we beat Colester on the Thursday night, and that's the first time I met Barry McGowan. We're in Sculleada, and Robbie's introduced me to other players. Now, obviously, the older lads knew me and all, Peter Murray and all, and Bill and all, like, you know, and Garge and, you know, Marty and so on, and James O'Rourke, you know what I mean, to name a few. But he had a couple of great, cracking young players.
You know, Joey Fox coming through, Barry, John McClarty, Brown.
Barry McGowan was brilliant then. Barry McGowan was quality. You know?
Barry was brilliant when Barry left and went to Australia, and then when he came back, he was like a changed player.
Yeah.
Me and him were only talking about it there last week, because he was in the van, we were driving, and he says, I don't tackle anymore. And I said, yeah, actually, you don't tackle anymore, Barry. And he goes, I don't know why I don't tackle anymore.
Because he's too busy running past the fucking centre forwards.
And I just said, you when you went to Australia and that break for the year or two, or whatever, when you came back, you didn't come back the same player. And he agreed. Yeah.
He's very good
brilliant
that
year. The year before he went to Australia he had an excellent year with us at Wefta.
He was everywhere though, wasn't he?
Brilliant he was. Brilliant. But he was always that strong, tough tackling, neat on the ball, runs behind, like box to box, and it was like his whole game changed when he came back.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? That happens to people, you know. But where were we? So we're on the Barry. So I was in Sculleada, and he's in the house, and I'm, Barry being Barry. Can I get a lift up with you, Chandler? I said, yeah, come on, Barry, jump in with me. And we became best great little brainstorming, very good friends. And he played me some cracking games. He scored that night he did against Colester. I think him and James Luke scored. But we bet them 2-1. That was a very good Colester team. And then that's it. We finished out the season, didn't we? And then finished out the season. No, was that year already? Actually, I could be wrong. We could have went into the next season, and then
Did you sign for Wefta in Premier B? Left?
No. So when I could left from James's Gate, I was with Wefta. Yeah. Robbie really signed me. Oh, that's what happened. So that was in September. And this all happened so quick. Because I always, at that stage I was about 32, 33. I always says, I want to be a manager. I always felt I want to have a go at this. You know what I mean? I want to, try to give something back and try, pass on the mad passion that I have or whatever, and hopefully influence somebody and help somebody along the way. So I could see a couple of things happening, and then Robbie got an opportunity to go down with Jay Kelly Tucker Rovers, which he accepted, and then Liam knocked around me, and
you were still playing for Wefta at this time.
Yeah, I was still playing. I actually played a few games. So when I stepped in, I said to Liam, I said, look, you're a fantastic coach. I said, so I'm only new to the game. I said, well, with my experience, that's what we talked about. I said, with my experience of playing, in junior football at the highest level, and Leinster Senior, AOL, I said, I think I have enough in the locker to pass on information and talk to lads, and I think I have earned enough respect in the game for people to listen to me when I speak, And he says, yeah, 100%.
Well, like, they don't come knocking for you. If you're 32, 33 and you're playing for Wefta, and they come around and say, look, John, I want you to step in as manager. You obviously have something.
It's not pulled out of a hat.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, it's not by luck.
So the funny story, look, to be honest about it.
Did you go as a joint management?
We went as joint management, yeah. So look, he was doing the coaching, and he's let me do the talking because
that's why you agree.
Yeah. Well, and he liked doing the coaching. He's very good at it, right? But everything fit in. The players all bought into it. They bought into it. And I know we all talk. We won the Liddy that year, right? But we all talk about winning the Liddy that year. We became third in the league that year. Right? A very good fucking team. Right? We were beaten in the quarter-finals of the FAI Junior. We were beaten in the last 16 the Leinster Junior. We were very, very close in everything. The semi-finals of the Nivea. You know what I mean? Look, they were a team. I'll never forget that team. Because you were coming behind. Behind.
We were only about a year or two off there. We were,
but look, we went out. We beat Ballymun United in the quarters. Then we beat Bosco in the semi-finals. And we beat Colester in the final.
What score was that now?
I'll tell you about that day. Right? See, Bill came to me. He said, we had to get into the final. And Bill came to me, like, senior player. Because I was avoiding Bill. You're avoiding your top players in your senior players.
Was Bill captain?
I would have talked to you with Tolka.
Always, yeah.
And Bill was captain, yeah. And Bill came to me and he says, lads are all nervous and they're all panicking. This is about a week and a half before the final. He said, John, I didn't know this. So he said, the club hasn't won that in 18 years. I said, are you serious? 18 years. That's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not hard to believe a club like Wefty.
Like they won Premier B, did they? Or no, they came second. Did they just to get promoted?
Well,
Probably
I
a couple
don't
of
know
times.
about that end of it, but he could have been
no, I
just
think
he
you're
could have been
right.
talking
No,
about
I think
cups
you're
now.
right. I think you're
So I took
Yeah.
so I'm probably right on that as well.
Yeah,
But
no, I think
I
you're-
thought he was talking about cups, but well, he hadn't won a cup in 18 years. That's what I got out of it. Right? Maybe you're right as well there on that, because I don't actually remember them like.
No, I think they came second. I think they got promoted.
But anyways,
when they were down there.
so I says right. I said, right, we're playing, funny story, so on the Thursday night, we're down to play Colesta in the league, and we have them 8 days later in the final. I said, really is that mind? I said, what we do, he says, I'll play centre half myself, we'll give everybody a rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, we give them all the time, play the French players. Now remember, these are top worldly players now. The French players that were only 18 was Crockett, Joey Fox, that are masters of the game, right? They were up front. Right, they put them two up front. Carl Murray, 18 years of age, middle of the park. I played centre half with Bill. We rested Peter Murray. Right, we played a bit of experience. Right, and we bet them 4-0. And I kept kicking the ball over the garden. And Joey shouting, let's go to the tree there. Like that, kicking the ball anyway. I said, Joey, you have loads of balls. What's wrong with it? No, but look,
and all the lads scored that night, didn't they?
Joey scored, Murray scored, Crockett scored, John McLaren scored.
Yeah.
They were the kids. They were the kids in the block.
I remember them coming back from the match because we were all mates.
That's the standard. Right? I said to them then, right, with no game the weekend, so we trained Sunday morning. So we trained in mathematics, and I said to them, right lads, who walks now? Don't con me, I says. I know some of you don't walk, right? So don't be putting your hand up. I says, who's walk? Take a half a day off and I'll reimburse you for your half a day's pay. Hands were going up everywhere.
And some of them won for you.
Some of them won for me in the scaffolding. Right? I says, you get your hand down. I said, Barry, what are you doing with your hand up?
Two hands up.
You haven't more than 2 months. Right. So anyways, I said, here's what we're doing, lads. I said, Ray Doyle was in the squad. Ray Doyle was great, like, great man.
Great to have around.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
great to
fantastic.
have around.
Fantastic. Right, I said, Ray, bus man. I said, right, you organise it. He says, we're meeting at 1 o'clock at school either. Kick-off wasn't at 7 o'clock now. So we're meeting at 1. I said, we're getting on the couch. I told the itinerary. I said, we're going down to the Sunny Bank. I was at the going to Sunny Bank. I said, bit of food, soup, whatever for the lads and all. It says there, and there's 3 pool tables down there. I said, we're going to have a pool competition, right? And we went on the couch. Everyone relaxed, went down, had a game of pool, having the crack, and I picked the team over the course of a couple of hours. And I explained to the lads why they weren't playing, and explained to the lads who were playing, and that we're all in this together, and we're going to go up there and we're going to freaking beat this, right? So. They were on cloud 9, as far as we can say. They weren't at the ever winning anything, and they're only kids as well, some of them. And Bill was never at the win anything, and he loved it. Bill could have went anywhere. Bill McLean could have went anywhere. Tolka Rovers, everybody hounding him. And we went up there. We got off that couch at 10-6, and I knew we were going to beat them. I knew mentally, psychologically, we had them beaten. And we went down, we bet the 2-0, and the lads, we're in the village here for 2 days.
It's a great game. I remember watching it.
Yeah.
I remember watching
we bet them well. Now, listen, you've got to understand, that year, Colesta won the league and the FAI Junior. That's how good Colesta were.
Yeah.
They were the top side. But this is how good Wefty Major was. They were major into an unbelievable side. Right? So you have regrets in life. So we regret, as I told you already, as a footballer, should have stayed with Kevin's and had patience. We regret as a manager, I was too young, I should have stayed at it.
Wefty.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because that was that team, and fair play to the boys what they done, went on to win the Leinster Junior a couple of years later. But that was basically that team. The Crackers were coming through, they were all coming through. And I know you would have come on board then, the Daz and things. You was in the League of Ireland, hovering around League of Ireland.
We came back then, the year we won the Leinster Junior,
And then I know you would have got me, you know what I mean? Daz knew me a little bit already, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so it's look at what I'm saying is...
I said this to you a while ago, didn't I? I got on to you and I because we've often chatted about this, like just, you know, in the pub, a few points or whatever. And I've always said, and I said it to him not too long ago, I would have loved him for John to stay, exactly what you're at the saying, to stay as the Wefty manager and continue on to exactly when we came in then, and for you to have that team, do you know what I mean? Because I obviously knew you would have loved that.
Yeah, it's not even about me to have it, it's my mistake. It's like, you know, like it was given to me. And what a job to be given, a Premier A job at 33 years of age.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you understand? To be given that job and that responsibility. But it still showed me naivety. I didn't know how to handle it when I went a year later. Because I left out for something silly. Maybe it was silly to some people, but it wasn't silly to me. So the season after, we had a great pre-season. So they're bringing in a few players, right? And we had a great pre-season. And we went down, it was early, because the fucking first round of the FA Junior. And we were down the country. It could have been a second or third, right, lads? Don't hold me that. But the attitude was all wrong. And we got beaten, and they didn't care, coming back in the bus, joking and laughing. They're not me senior players. You know who I'm talking about, and you know who I'm not talking about. So I don't need to start mentioning loads of names. So not me senior players. And that's the madness of me. I can't cope with that. I can't cope with that. Like that. You have to get beaten in the Holy Grail. After winning the Liddy, getting to the quarterfinals of it last year, getting to the last 16, the Leinster Junior, the semi-finals of the Nidia, third or fourth in the Premier League. And you're laughing.
You want to progress at that, don't you? Want to
win
it, yeah.
But I threw myself out of the plan, too young, naivety, and I handed me notice. And
straight after that game, was it?
Basically, a week later, later. And there was a bit of that, and a bit of, do I go back playing, what do I do? Like, you know what I mean? So, okay.
That's in your head as well.
Look, I could be a lawyer and tell you, some people go, you don't regret that. I regret that.
Yeah.
I regret that terribly. And
it could have been that if you're only a manager, you probably saying, right, listen, I'll probably stick it out, because you're still kind of playing, and you probably wanted to play.
I didn't play. I stopped playing. See, that was the thing.
You could still play.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You'll have to hint on the nail, right? That was the thing. I'm giving up my career at 23 years of age. To stop playing football, to give everything in your heart and soul. And these lads
are laugh and joke.
Some of these lads are laughing and joking.
Yeah. Definitely see where you come from. 100% see where you come from.
Because I could easily step in. And play. Because I done it the year later. I went to Valley Park and I played centre half with you. And funny, ironic. So when I left then, did I sign for the Valley then?
I think you signed for the Valley straight after it, yeah.
No, I didn't, because I'd done a pre-season with Valley. So I didn't. Where did I go after that? Oh, do you know what I done? Usher were in hard times. And I went down to play for Usher in Premier B. That's what I done. No, Premier A with Carl Murray. I went down for Mick Hayes. Mick Hayes took over Usher, and we got relegated. They were doing terribly well, and we got relegated the last game of the season. How wrongly against who? Until what we needed the.
Are you sure? Yeah, did it?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
I'm thinking a bit different there. I don't know. Yeah, because I remember when you talking about managing Usher or playing for Usher.
No, I played for Usher with Carl Murray. You're right there, Alan. So after Wefty, right after Wefty, where did I go, man? Because I know I'd done a pre-season with Valley, and then I came to Anto in that pre-season and says, look, Usher's in hard times. I'm going to go down and get them a dig out in Premier A. And he says to me, that's amazing. He says, that's an amazing thing to do. He said, I don't want to lose you. He said, well, that's an amazing thing. I said, look, my heart's there. They're on their knees. And we only got beaten the last game of the season. 2-2 with Leicester. We needed to win the last game of the season to stay up after being rock bottom. But Carl Murray came down. We brought Carl Murray down.
Yeah, after he was
and even in the AOL squad that year.
Yeah.
But just to stay with that, there's a bit of a gap there now. When I walked out there, I don't know who we went to. I don't know who we bloody went to. After that, maybe. Do you know what?
You definitely played. You played league games for. You played league games for the Valley, because I remember playing pre-season with you, and then we played pre-season, and then we played a few leagues because we played Wefty. Yeah, we played Wefty.
And here's a funny story, right? So look, when you get to 53, you're gonna lose 6 months somewhere along the way. Right? So don't worry about that 6 months after Wefty.
Whatever happened.
Because let's skip the way. I probably fell down, had Alzheimer's for the. Let's skip the way back to the way we remember in reality, where I remember, and. I signed for Valley and a great pre-season, great young fellas. And that's when I met you properly and all, you know what I mean? And this is mad. So about the third game in, who do we have on a Sunday morning? Only Wefty. Do you remember? Right? And we're in the dressing room. Now, I says, now in fairness to Anto, he's always very honest with me. You know what I mean? Like, he says, no, look, he says, a few younger centre halves there, I'm bringing you in to push them on. He says, you know what I mean? So he says, you won't play every game.
Yeah.
No, he did. He played me a lot of games. But that morning, Spanky didn't turn up. He's on the gaggle.
This is what's new.
Right, and listen, right, he calls me outside, Anto. I love an old challenge. I don't remember this.
I remember. I
And
know
he
what you
said,
say.
would you do me an annoying job
Wants to
today?
play up front, yeah.
Will you
Just
play
say you're
centre
loved
forward?
away, yeah.
It's gas. It's
I got a
gas.
pen on what play doing. Do you remember?
How long
Do you
am I going
remember?
back? I remember the
You're only a
warm up.
kid.
I remember Anto pulling you
Yes,
aside, like,
yes.
and obviously that's what he was talking to you about, saying, Chanley, I
Can
go
you
up,
do
but
it?
he went out number 9 on his back.
I say ever got a bleeding shock in their lives.
I bashed him. I didn't bash the ball. I made life difficult for
he
you.
was up and
I made life elbows going
yeah.
everywhere. You know,
Putting the old finger on
Put out lane doing. Put out lane doing. Get away a penalty with the
Yeah,
balls.
that's right, yeah.
I don't even think it was a penalty.
Yeah.
But we beat them 3-1 that day. Yeah, and then what happened was.
Was it hostile going back to play against them after being the manager the year
No,
before?
no. I drank with them lads and all.
Even if it was, you would have thrived on things like that anyway.
Yeah, it would have been a battle in the game.
Yeah.
Listen, you have to understand, years previous to that, Derek Moore and Bill, I played for a great Usher team, and before Derek went to Ballymun, we had great battles with Derek, and the battles we faced, I'd be down the village inn. I was at the Marion Fingers girl. I'd be down the village inn,
Having a point.
and having a crack. And them lads, Derek Moore, you're coming out, you're signing for us, you're signing for us, you're signing for us. You know, like I don't think. I think you have to be nasty if you bring it into a pub and all, don't you? You have to be a different level, don't you?
Yeah, even if you bring it into the changing rooms after.
Oh, I
don't
think
you?
it's on the pitch, leave it on the pitch. So,
Yeah,
definitely, yeah,
isn't it?
that's what it should be, yeah.
But so, old Mick Hayes, Lord of Mercy on him, great manager. Mick Hayes was with Pat Downey, Pats and all. Mick Hayes won managerial in 15, 16s. He was the one that brought Eddie from Boxall to the Ireland and all. But he was an Usher man, and from Oliver Bond. And he took over Usher, an Usher team weakened. There wasn't the Usher of greats, you know, and he rang me. He said, look, will you come down? You can't say no. You can't say no when your club that you love, that, you know what I mean, that you have great
And they need you.
passion for, and they need you. You know what I mean? And fair play, the blokes, we were getting on. Jeff McGee, Paul Fitzmaurice, we went down there, we brought Carl Murray down, we gave it a welly. We were unlucky, last game of the season we took it there. You know, and that was an emotional time.
Yeah.
Because to see Usher were the longest serving Premier team ever, up to that time.
Right.
Do you know that? And that's a fact, yeah. They were going so long in Premier A, never ever relegated. Do you know, till when they got there, when they were, you know, years and years ago.
Yeah.
And won every honour going. So that was an emotional time. And then, so what happened then? What happened then was, I took
over Usher.
Yeah, Mick Hayes got on well, he did, before Mick Hayes passed away of the big C, unfortunately. And there was Willie Donnelly was doing it. Young Willie, remember Willie
Yeah,
was there?
Willie Donnelly,
Willie was
centre
doing it,
half.
and Stuart Graham, two good friends, and they're very successful at Russia. And the two of them were doing it, and they asked me to come back down to play. So I went back down to play, right, in Premier B with them. And I brought Stevie Brown, and I brought, what do you call him, Spud?
Yeah,
He scored a few goals.
Yeah.
Spud Murphy.
Yeah, playing for Russia.
Fair play to him for keeping off the drink back then.
He scored goals, and he loved to up a money's about lane going back with the lads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't care what lads we mentioned, but we was so cracking, like, you know. And so they took it over, and then so I seen another avenue of it, get back into management. Won't lie, and so me and Stuart and Willie sort of done it between us, and then I took it over, and with Stuart's brother on the committee, Jeff Graham, character, great lad, and secretary he became. And then we brought in Desi Maguire, good Saturday manager. We brought in, and Dennis Bowes come back to give us a hand. Dennis Bowes, he was now Dennis Bowes is. Dennis Bowes is a great Francis and Usher Celtic player. You know, like, won a lot in the game. But so we've done it for 3 years. You could say that was my apprentice. To go back and redo your apprenticeship, because after what happened with Wefty. Done 3 years of Russia. Got great lads down. I tell you, I conned some players in my time, didn't I?
Got John McLaren down.
I got Johnny McLaren, right, winner, right?
Carl Boland,
Carl Boland,
Vinny Dowdall.
Shani Fay, right? Vinny Dowdall, right? And what you call that great midfielder?
Must be hanging around
Dale. What you call Damien Dowland?
Must be hanging around the outside the Shilling or something.
Yeah,
Putting them all
Damien
out.
Dowland, right? Got all them now.
You had that though, like even
Yeah.
through all through your own manager career, you had you had like a player pool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You were able to get a few players and they'd follow you. Like I done it myself.
I brought them down, and then we had Happy coming through and Lee Bennett and all. Some great players, Mark Keogh. We had some great players coming through from the flats, and I mixed them in. And Johnny Brown come down to play and go with me.
John,
right?
yeah.
John Brown. Right? And listen, that year, never forget it. I mean, when I'm going to kill each on the pitch. Listen, this is a great story. We're playing Crumlin in the quarter-finals of the Leinster Junior. They only beat us on penalties. Right. I mean, cracking little side, right? And that was about the second season in. But I remember shouting out when it was 1-0 to them. You know the way winner won't run back all the time.
Yeah, he won't track. Yeah.
He probably, if you listen to this, he say Chandler, the kid have a lot of time for winner, you know. And he's quality. He's a quality player. People misunderstand how good he was in his day. And free kick specialist.
Yeah, he's very
So,
good. Yeah, I was gonna
listen
say
to this,
that
right?
was,
I'm
yeah.
had to be an argument.
He was an out-and-out winner.
I'm saying, you lazy this, you lazy that, get back. You won't play on my team, you don't run back, don't care who you are. And he shouted me, shouting at me, right? And then we got a free kick when this is going on. And he picks the ball up in temper. And I'm going, you don't take that. You don't take it, right? He put the ball down, right? And he's there and he's setting him up like Ronaldo. No, he sets himself up like Ronaldo. He is, right? Bump. Top corner.
He was capable.
And he goes, there you go.
He was capable all the winner. Yeah, he was capable.
Yeah. And I'm going, that's class.
Yeah.
I said, that's class.
You want to kill him 1 minute and the next minute you're jumping all of them celebrating, you know?
Nelson, I want my players to come running at me. You know what I mean? And say, there you go, feck you. You're succeeding.
Yeah,
You're
back to you.
You're getting.
You push them to prove a point.
It's class.
That's what it is, and then you go and do it. Yeah,
You've gotten to the mentality where you want them to,
Yeah.
and when you get to that mentality where you want to be, sometimes you all have to be pushed. I have a certain kid, and he's unbelievable, and he only starts playing great when he starts to get upset. Has a little cry to himself. You know what I mean? Like if he's going bad, and I give him a little bollock and a little motivation. You can see it in him. He turn his eye, then he can go and he smacks people up, bang, bang, bang. And I say, there you go.
Yeah.
You have to set your standard. Keep that standard. And we all have a button, and sometimes that button is, you've got that button there, so you're very nice, you're too nice sometimes.
yeah, it's too. Yeah, but when it
when
comes
you
on the
push
pitch
that
though,
button,
yeah, I think on the
then
when I'm on the pitch though, it's totally different though. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
But we all need a
Go
button.
through some, if the ball said we only go through someone, the
You
fucking
think we all
winner.
need a button?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Just to
certain
get that
players
little
definitely
ref.
do. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
certain
Some players you
types.
can't see on there, right? You need an arm around.
Yeah, I think
Other players
I'm a
need
firm
a
believer
ref.
of man management in that way. You can bollock fucking Jimmy in the corner, but you can't bollock.
100%. I'd like to think I was okay at that. I'd like to think I knew that
You
balance.
were definitely man management.
I think I
definitely man
I think I
manager.
knew
Yeah.
that
Biggest
balance.
strength. Yeah, biggest strength. Yeah.
Yeah, so then what happened? So what happened then with Russia was, right, in fairness, I knew it was a tough task because it was like building a whole new club, never mind a new team, you know. And so we done 3 years, and I said, right, that's my apprenticeship. And John Reid was at so we're going back to the Francis. So Francis were only back in football in Leinster Senior, and John Reid went back to play for them. So say I was in my second season of Russia, John Reid went back to play for Francis. He would have been well on. They were in the major one, not the major, not the one underneath. And so he took them over as a player manager and then took over as a manager, and they won that league and went into major. And he was at me. He was at me for 2 years. I said, look, John, don't want to walk away just like that. You know, Usher's in my head and you know Francis in my head. He said, I'm going to do 1 more year with him and then I'm going to pass it on. And that's basically what I done. And I went up with John, and I went up there with John to manage with Francis, and we tell it, we'd 3 great years. So I brought Happy up. See, going back to like loving the club, but there's no friends in football. Because I'd sign me on granny. So I brought James Smith, Pat Cannon, Happy. I brought about 5 or 6 quality players. John Brown came up as well. And John Brown was young then, great goalkeeper. So I brought about 5 or 6 quality players up to a very good young side that he had, as in Gavin Doyle. Gavin Doyle was experienced, but he was there, he's brilliant. Gavin Doyle, Anto Short. Short. Right, so John Reid would be saying to me, oh John, you want to see this young fella have? Anto Short, you want to see these lads? Because they all came through the Francis schoolboy. And they all got on well. And so we went up, we won the major. I think Anto scored 40, 50 goals a season. But then Pat Cannon and Anto Short up front.
2 boys up top, yeah.
Mother divine. Now, you have to understand this. This is how good Pat Cannon was.
Did they play schoolboy together, John? Did they, Anto and...
I don't know. No, Pat played for Lourdes. I know that. And as you know well, my great buddy, your great buddy, and that I love as well, Martin Loughlin. Martin Loughlin loved Pat Cannon. He tell you, ask Martin how good Pat Cannon could have been.
Yeah, but look, I played with
But
Pat.
a lazy shit as well, another crocker.
Yeah.
He wouldn't train.
Yeah.
He wouldn't train, you know what I mean? He would train, you had to coach him.
Definitely Nelson when you were there.
Yeah.
Just the way he used to open it in between the lines, he opened his body.
Remember around the Tolka? And he the
got a
first
few
season, him and Larry was
got a few.
But yeah, so I brought him up, and then he was getting 40 goals. So we hopped out the Major League. We went to Division 1B. We won Division 1B intermediate, right? Without losing the game. All fucking season, right? I think we drew a couple. And into 1A, and we got promoted in 1A, and then I knew it was time to be number 1 again, because I was John's number 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look at me and John are best mates. I think you know that, like, you know. And he'd tell you the players that I brought and what we brought to the table and he brought to the table. But it was a great time to bring Francis back up to Division 1. So he went up to Division 1. I then stepped back to take the Devney job. I actually was only going down to Devney to help Anton Mackin do the coaching.
Yeah.
I went down to Anton Mackin, rang me and asked me, said, "Oh, I heard you left Francis." I said, "Yeah, well," I said, "I'm looking for a Premier A job." I said, get back involved. I said, "I'll go back to the AOL or a Leinster Senior job," but I wasn't that profile to be jumping into a Leinster Senior job, you know what I mean? But I knew the AOL inside out.
And they
you know
knew
what I mean?
Yeah.
And they knew me. So I definitely came Anton Mackin came along, and then I was away for a month in the summer. I said, I'll start pre-season with you within the Tommy Clements. I said, I'll start pre-season with you. I'm away for a month, but when I come back, I'll get stuck in. I'll do the coaching with you. And he was managing, and I was supposed to do the coaching with him. But when I was away, he rang me and he said, look, Anton's a great lad. He's a football man. He's a top football man. So I can't even think back to then. He was just... I think he was at the end of the road with it himself in that job, you know what I mean? Like, and he said, "Look, John, nothing to do with you."
He done a great job with somebody in the city teams. Brilliant.
Have you done that?
Yeah. No, I spoke to him on the phone. No, he was a bit. He was holding back. He says, "Get me in last, Alan." He says, "Get everyone out of the way." He says, "Get me in last."
Anton will have great stories to tell.
No, we definitely we did make contact with him.
And he's a gent. And his stories are amazing. I'm surprised that but you're gonna get him. But so we came in and like that again. I said, "Look, manager, what I learned about managing WEFTA and Russia, you can't do it all yourself, right?" So I said, "You need a good coach. You need a good coach around you." And in fairness, just by fluke, Paul Lynch, to play the middle park me at WEFTA. No, Paul Lynch. He got me Paul Donnelly, believe it or not. I was sitting with him having a point. Says, "Paul, I need a coach." You know, when he said, "Come here, I tell you," he says, "Paul Donnelly's only doing his B losings and he's at a loose end." He said, he had to be in with but Tucky O'Connor and Anton Devlin and Sandy Hill Shane Gang. And he says, "I think he's leaving." And he's so, "Give me his number like that, you know me, I don't wait." I was in the village inn, a couple of points me out the door. He came back in, me Guinness was stale. I was out there, and then Lindsay was ready to go home, half bucket. "Well, now 20 minutes waiting for you. I gave you the number, what kept you?" Right, done the deal.
Yeah,
right, and what a coach.
Probably one of the best coaches that we had,
Yeah, same.
Yeah, he's very good.
His mannerism and all, brilliant.
Just a calm.
Listen,
like Paul.
We bounced off each other.
Great lad as well.
Talking about chalk and cheese, we bounced off each other. He was calm, collective. But funny story about Paul, what a coach. But you say to him, "Right, Paul, we're going to drop..."
So quiet.
Yeah, we're going to drop somebody here, I'm going to drop you in a minute. "I know, John, that's your end of it."
He's right there, it's your job,
not you, John.
Yeah, but his coach was deadly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah, 100%,
yeah.
Very good, he was very good.
And I thought he brought that level of professionalism to the table that people say, "Yeah, I'm good at getting players," but it was easier to sign them. Paul didn't never really says, I don't think I ever spoke to Paul about this, because he's such a gentleman and he doesn't take players very well. I was going to players, "We've Paul Donnelly that won the European Cup. You know what I mean? Brian Kerr's captain. What a tool to go to try and sign somebody."
Played League of Ireland as well.
By the way, he scored a penalty in the final.
Yeah.
He played for Leeds. You know what I mean? I was selling it. I hate him, Paul Donnelly.
Yeah.
Well, he thought about me anymore.
Paul, I actually spent a lot of time with Paul throughout Devon and then through Tolka and talking to him and build a relationship with him, and he never mentioned anything about his football career. Never.
So humble, wasn't he?
But think back
Do you
then.
know he never played junior football? He played professional football all his life.
Did he? Yeah.
All his life. He never played junior football.
He came
Didn't
back
have to,
from
he was-
Leeds.
No, he don't have to, yeah.
Obviously.
He came back from Leeds because his knee was
His knee
was
he
dodgy.
took his cartilage out or something, he
A
did.
lot of
Yeah.
knee injuries. But I'll tell you a funny story on that as well. And because somebody might talk about him because he doesn't talk about himself, the lad. Because when you got to know him, have a few points from him, he's very witty, in his own way. And he was telling me when he came back, the knee was gone. But Pat Dolan was waiting for him at the airport. Basically. Right, I'll get you this, get you that, this, get that. He had a great career then with Pats. I think he won the league and all with them.
Could have,
You know what I mean? I think he did in the FEI. I think he did, definitely.
No, good League of Ireland career.
I played him now.
He played with Paddy Bourne.
Yeah, that's right. He was with Kildare.
He
Yeah.
played with
played
Paddy
with
Bourne
Caesar.
on that team and all that great team and all. But yeah, when he came back, when he came back, he was told he never played football again. And he had a good career. And even my mate Mark Reid and Finzer got a year out down at Kilkenny, didn't he?
Kilkenny was it? Kildare.
Kildare he was with.
Kilkenny was it?
He was at Kilkenny.
Kilkenny was. Sorry, Kilkenny.
I
You went
think
down.
it was Kilkenny.
Yeah.
No, it could be wrong, I think it was.
No, I'm not sure now. I think Joe, because Joey Sunville was the manager down in Kildare, so I don't know if Joey got him in.
But he was at Kilkenny as well.
Was he? Yeah.
He went
Then
from
it could've
Pats to
been that.
Kilkenny and then maybe to Kildare.
Yeah.
But you were at Kilkenny.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Are you sure you know?
Google myself when I got home.
Right, so...
Yeah, so you got Paul in at O'Devany.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. And then look, come here, we came in at about a month into the season. Well, I was there, but I brought him in, and the results weren't going that well. Like, you know, but we don't had a great season that year. We had a good season. We think we finished about third in the league. Look at the benchmark was always a try.
That was the season after. You
No,
took her out, remember? Because then
Not
if you would have
season.
left the split up.
No, we ended up coming third that year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Right.
And
toward the year I later.
yeah.
Then, we went down
We should have
right,
came second. I'll tell that story now in a minute. But yeah, so we steadied the ship, and look, it was a good side. There wasn't much steadying to do. Then with that, city lads or Devonny lads were great players. Mark McCormick, like, you know what I mean? Like they were good players. Very hot tempered, but like, they were good players. No different than myself, so I was able to bounce with that.
Yeah.
I think they liked that. I think that, I manage inner city teams, and I know sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, and they respect that more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They do, yeah. That's what they know, isn't it?
And you know that probably from Montpellier now, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
100%, yeah.
And there's not no malice in it. It's just, excuse me, it's just straight talking. And so yeah, we had a decent enough year, but big fucking plans at the time. I thought we don't bring it, so I was chasing you. Didn't get you that first year, sure didn't?
No.
So we got you. We got Stevie Brown, Joycey, Danny Joyce,
Spanky.
Jeez, we had some team we had. I don't want to be leaving anybody out. Mark McCormick was on fire that year. Did Murray come down to me that year? Did he not? No, he was injured. The knee.
Yeah, he was injured.
The knee was gone.
He was injured.
But Robbie Martin, they're great fucking players.
Pat O'Cannon,
Pat
Marley,
O'Cannon,
Higgins, Mark Higgins.
Mark Higgins.
Yeah.
I said in it, I tell you, if it was Mark was with Malahide, right? Jerry Kavanagh says to me, he says, and Mark McCormick says, "Jeez, you won't get Higgins." I said, "I will get Higgins." You will get Higgins. He says, "Well, he's had to get player of the year with Malahide and all." I said, "He's flying out there in Entertainer." So I sat outside his garden in the house. I knocked on his door. He's so sorry to tell you this. He knocked on his door and his voice says, "No, he's not here. I just tell him John Chandler, football manager off at Devonny." "Oh yeah, I'll tell him." So I said, the next thing I wasn't there again. Right? So I said, "I was sitting in the garden."
The good old fashioned times, right? You knock at the door, no phone calls.
He does shift work, you know. So I sat there. Second night, sitting there, he just jumped out of the couch. "All right, Chandler, what's the story?" "Have a chat with me, pal, will you? Come in and tell him what I was going to do. He was going to do. Get this player in, that player in, I'm going to do this, going to do that." He says, "Nah, Chandler, no, it's not a hope." He says, "I'm not going back to that." He said, "They're all me mates and all." He said, "I love it," but he says, "The professionalism has to be hurt." I said, "I'm telling you, it's going to be hurt." "Ah, no, you're all right." So next night, I was outside his cafe again. I was sitting there. He said, "When he comes in from work, he worked with Glenn Purcell. He's doing shifts or whatever, 3 to 11 or whatever, 10. I went there again. He says, so after about the third night, he said, "Yeah, I'm just going to sign," he says. "So what will you affect it now?"
I'll say his man's more stressed out.
He says, "Your man's back again."
He
says, "My wife's looking out the window. She sees a man in a car. She's hello. Give me the phone, will you?" I says, "Fair play, you won't regret it." That was it. And we had a great year. We were fairly, listen, you were going up against a sheriff team that you're not going to see again.
Yeah.
You're not going to see a team like that again. At that time, when we were playing, come on, let's face it, look, you had a great Kilbarry team. Right, you know, Kilbarrack wasn't so much of a problem. I thought we could
Kilbarrack
always
weren't
match them.
deep, yeah, Kilbarrack not then,
But
no.
Sheriff had a problem, a good problem. But I felt we pushed them. I think you played in the game. Was you 3-0 with them in the Leinster Junior? Did you play in that? Or was that the first year I took over?
No, can't remember.
Jeez, they beat us on penalties that night. Jeez, yeah, but look at they knew look at the players.
Look, they were too good. You know what I mean? To even try and compete with them.
But so the year later, like the team we built with Higgins and all coming in, we came fucking close. We came. You're never gonna get. Look, I don't think anybody else was gonna come close to Sheriff. So if you took them out of the league, let's say we you know, a good chance. But in fairness, I remember talking to Alan and all, like he's saying, here's our fucking, we worried about you every bit as much as we worried about Kilbarrack. Do you know what I mean? Like that is the team on the match and on the tray. But it's like, you need to win something, don't you? You need to win something.
Over the
it's
line.
like we have to win that cup.
Yeah.
Then there's no coincidence he went on to win the Leinster Junior. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's like that, and then, you know, like the rest is history then, isn't it? Like you take from that, like the Ballymun United. They done the same, the great Ballymun United. So you just need to get over the line with that one or two things. And then, so, where am I at now? Where am I focusing on now?
Second year though, definitely.
Yeah, second year,
third
definitely.
year.
With some squad, do you remember that? The squad we had?
Yeah.
Do you remember that
Stevie
team?
Brown actually got injured that year, didn't he? He done his knee, so he couldn't play.
And fucking Lara was going in, he broke his ankle that year.
No,
he was signing me. No, Lara was signing for me.
Oh,
That
was
the
he?
thing.
Yeah, right,
Lara was
definitely.
signing me and he done his ligaments in his ankle.
Right,
The whole
And
Achilles.
Spanky got a nasty injury
Yes,
against
and
Ballymun.
Spanky got an and then Stevie's knee went again.
Yeah.
So little things went against us, you know what I mean? Went against us. But look, with a good year. But it was getting
Got stale the year later then.
It got
didn't
stale. And listen, I remember Jerry saying to me down his house, what do you want us to say, John? Me and Paul were there. Paul knew it was stale. Like, he said, look, they want us to say like you left mutual consent or you sacked you, or what do you want to say? I says, Jerry, we don't like in football. I got sacked, and that's it. We don't care, you know what I mean? Like, so that was around. That was the third season actually.
That was halfway through the season.
Half through another season in October. So, you know, Trana Mitchell came in, or whatever who came in that time. I think it was Trana. Trana's a good lad.
came in, yeah.
Yeah, Paul and Trana came in. But look, so we moved on, and that's I think I took a year out of football, and then I was watching Tolka Rovers, broke my heart. Another team that I'd have in my heart, you know what I mean? Like, and like watching them get.
Well, you used to drink down there and all,
Yeah,
didn't you? A
with
lot,
Jimmy
like
Lynch.
every
Jimmy
Sunday,
Lynch is me
yeah.
out, but his son Jerry Lynch is the fella I was handing out earlier on that we're getting the field Bob with Glenmore. That's his son.
Is it? Yeah, right.
Funny story, just skip that. Jerry played with Kevin's, right? And at 24, do you remember when they started giving out trips for winning the Premier League?
Yeah.
So they were at the winning the trip. I don't know if you remember Kevin's to Boston. Do you ever remember that? Right, but at the winning everything. They won the 3 leagues in a row that year, and they had to win the trip. This one to Boston, and so I'm 52. Jerry's 52. 24 when they won it, and they won the trip to Boston, and Jerry never come home.
Still there?
Still there.
Mess with him out.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Did he, yeah?
Yeah. True story.
Married Martin Stead there?
Yeah, got married. And then he was married the second time. And then he was
What a fucking legend.
yeah, he's in North Carolina now. Yeah, he's a truck driver. Is it that
There
story?
you go, yeah.
That's
I remember
brilliant.
Jimmy.
That's
I
a
remember
brilliant story.
I remember
Because
Jimmy
Jerry's so
telling
much
me.
part of me football. So much
Yeah,
part of me
yeah,
football.
Yeah,
and
I
he
remember Jimmy telling me,
Yeah.
my son lives in America. Yeah, I didn't know
He
that
won
was
Premier League 2
yeah.
years in a row.
Premier League.
Yeah, we won it when we got the trip to Boston. He said,
fucking
that's
fame
it.
that to him."
I'm not coming back.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
So, look, sorry if I skipping back to that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but they're important football stories as well, aren't they? But so look, if not, we'll be here all night. I'll push on. Yeah, so just skipping forward again. Where was he at?
Talk it over.
Yeah, you took the
Watson,
break.
yeah,
You took the
Yeah,
break.
he took the break for a year, and then watching
You're
Tolka,
watching
they were on the
Tolka,
bottom. Like, I think they were 15 points off the bottom, and they only had. So what happened there
Rock
was
bottom.
what happened there was they were going to foul. That's what Jimmy Lynch rings me. Swear to God, Jimmy Lynch rings me. Chandler, would you be interested in that? Would you take it? I says, would I take it? I said, I'll run down the road for it. Of course I will. I'm not afraid of a challenge. I never. I'll just state this, right? I was never lucky to be handed gifted teams. I created me teams. I might have done millions of things as a manager. I've done a lot of good things, I like to think. But never ever gifted anything, handed a team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always built me teams.
Yeah. And got the players in. And
that never feared me going down. He said, no. So I met Damien. He said, no, John, you don't know. Like there's only about 13 players there.
it was a young team,
and they're
wasn't
very
it?
young. He says, we've no Saturday team. I said, yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I said, yeah. I says, I was on to Paul Donnelly. I said, Paul, before I ran down, I said, Paul, what did you fancy? He said, get down there and get it. He says, you should get down and get that job. So I talked to him, and look at, I'm very straight talker. I like to think I'm very honest, and I never set out to hurt anybody or ever say anything or like bad at him. But he says, look at John, it's a total rebuild. You're not going to keep them up. You're going to be relegated. But my mad brain would never let me think that way. Do you know what I mean? So I came out and said, Paul, we got the job, done the deal with the few. Money never ever deteriorated me, but we done the deal. Paul needed to be paid. We got a good deal, and I said, and I made sure there's been good people around me. And that's
You'd
what
rather
we did.
give it to your coach and
Yeah. Well, there was enough going there. There was. You didn't have to do that. Yeah, to be honest about it, you know what I mean. But like, so look at, we attacked it straight away. The first thing I done was raping players again. So I rang him. He wasn't having a Alan Barrett. Let's say when I say him, I'm talking about Alan Barrett. So Alan Barrett and Keith Murray and Carl Murray, Alan Barrett and Keith Hannett were at the Valley.
We were at the Valley.
That's why Higgy let us on. He likes me. He doesn't. I'm only joking, Higgy. I'm only joking.
We were at the. I was at the break of me foot, my ankle with O'Devney, and I was at the being out for about 6 to 8 months, and just to I wanted to sign Valley were Premier B.
You had it in your head. I'm 28, going to 29. I'm finished.
Yeah, I was told you. I'm saying,
finished.
I'm not going to go back here.
So we got them in the car. There was a car, because the car, it's essential locking, you can lock it. And we got them in the car.
The three of us, you got the three of us.
So in the back of the seat.
I thought he's messing here.
I was driving home and we were going down. I hadn't heard him for a while.
Really?
JC. I think I was driving or I was on the phone to somebody. Obviously didn't answer. Text message. Ring me ASAP. Ring him. Alan, I need you. What story? I'm at the Taking Tolka Rovers and we're going to keep them up. He says, I need you. And I was like, John, I'm only back playing. I'm at the Valley. And he goes, just meet me. Just meet me.
So I said, right, you meet me. Going to Keith Hannah. Keith Hannah was well up for it, right? I was surprised at that. I thought he was the one I was going to have to work hard for, right? And Murray was 50-50. So I got him in the train. I was sitting in the back of my car.
Isn't it mad? Right? Sorry for cutting across. Like, we were all only 30 years of age and we're going, we're just going to play the Valley team. Come off.
And look what you went on.
Yeah, 28 now.
So we trained him back a seat in there, and I'm bent down looking at him. Central lock and something. Right? I'm not telling you. Right? No, lads,
He had in a car seat, was he?
I said, now, lads, listen very carefully. This is Tolka Rovers on about. I says, they need us. I says, I'm going to get Plugs Mark McCormick. He doesn't know he's signing yet, but he is. Right? I says, and I have this, that, and that. I said, they don't know either, but they will. I said, by the end of the night, they'll be signed. Paul Donnelly, around Paul Donnelly. So Keith says,
This is 2-3 days before the transfer season deadline in December.
Yeah. So this is on a Monday night. I'll never forget it because I was down at the club on the Monday. Transfer deadline is up on the Friday, right? So I says, so Keith looks at me. I get the spill, right? And Keith, I said, what have you got to lose? I said, 8 years our age and all. This could be a success story for you, or so what? You won't be classed as being anything bad because
you'd rather try the fad, not try the tall.
Excuse me, French. Talk about fucked in everybody's head. Everybody's head talk about fucked, right? So excuse me, French. So Keith Hannah goes, lads, what are we even talking about for? This is a no-brainer. Yeah. And I think that's what switched him.
No, Keith goes, I'm signing.
I'm just signing.
I'm signing.
I'm tennis.
Now,
and Murray said, fuck it, we'll do it.
And I was the one that needed convincing, and I can't believe it now. No disrespect to Valley, no disrespect at all to the Valley, but we're up there playing Premier B, kind of scraping probably mid-table, and then we have a chance to go down and play. Yeah, to go down and play in Frank back down to Tolka and try.
And you've done a schoolboy football with Tolka, didn't you?
I played a bit of schoolboy with Tolka,
So then I went, right, just by look, we got this. Paul Donnelly says to me, John, come down, I'm not good at talking. Craig Cumsey, he's had been out injured, and I think we could get him. Went down to his house, got him. That remember Craig Cumsey, the final right? Lara Rivers, I drove to Navan. This is all in the Monday night, right? I drove to Navan, Lara's house, right? I got to Lara's house about 11:20. He's like, what's wrong? There's somebody passing the family. His nanny and my dad, brother and sister, right? So I'm in with his man. Says, no, Lara. John, not really laid back. John, I'm playing with Park Villa, you know, just with the mates. I'm at the scoring loads of goals, and I'm not in the humour for that kind of pressure anymore. I said, "Lad, this the chance."
What a goal scorer, by the way.
Yeah, this the chance for him. This one. Sign him. We talk about the PE details tomorrow. I have to go. I swear to God. And I said, "No, your dad's there. Tell him to
Look at
sign
this picture,
that."
like a madman driving from fucking Pill at that power.
Tell him to sign that, right?
There's 6 people in the back of the car.
So that was the 5th signing. So, right, on the phone, the plugs. Mark, where are you? China's 20 to 12, money back in the gaff. Stay there. I'll be in the house in a minute.
Mark wasn't playing, was he?
No, he was him in Holland. Right, as well, like you. I couldn't care. Definitely was at the, I don't say he was heading, I said his friends. He was coming to the end. And
he was at the doing his knee. He's at the doing his knee.
No, but he was a bit like you that he's wore his t-shirt in the AOL. Are you with me? And people knowing him and he's arguing with people and things like that. So I said with him, I told him the 5 players I had. And he signed straight away. I thought he would have been happy. He says, I'll give you the rest of the season. He says, that's all I'm doing. He says, I'm retiring after this season. He said, well, I don't care. I'll give you my best at the end of the season. So that was the 6th signing. So
and he said, I spoke to him on the phone because I rang him. I says, are you going down? I says, because you know what John's like. I says, filling us full of I'm signing this, I'm signing that.
Yeah,
and he says, look,
I knew you'd be on to him.
I'm gonna give him a hand. He says, I'm gonna give him a dig out and try and get them.
But his name was on the form there. I was at the sign it. No, I didn't sign it. I had to sign it. And I brought it down.
Poor Larry, I was still his manager. I don't know what happened, but I think I'll go to Tolka.
That's what happened. That's actually what happened. A funny story. That a few of them like that, Craig Cummings and I had to come back and sign it for Kevin's, and they're all
Lee Fatty.
Lee Fatty. So we signed about 10 players that week. Right, and but you know what? Most of them were good-hearted AOL Premier A players, good Premier A players that will give you that you needed for a battle. We didn't need pretty players at this stage.
Carl Murray thought he was finished, thought he was proper finished at this time.
Yeah, and what a season!
And he was texting me saying, "Do you think we'll be able for it?" And you know,
and look at him and Mark McCormick.
And oh my God!
But we were 15 points down on a first game, and we lost. They made us play. They wouldn't give us any grace. Do you remember? They made us play John Chandler and somebody else. We lost our first 2 games, right? So we had whatever about 15 games left, I think, going into the new year, and we went on a run, 7 games unbeaten. Our relegation. Then we dipped back into it, drawing, winning. But we got to the last game of the season. Okay, the rest is history. It's going to be when people like him say they went on to win great things, leagues, and play in cup finals, and say it's the best feeling like ever. Like it's like winning something.
That time staying up, that night.
Brilliant.
But for me, the big one for me was right, the crowd that was down there now, right, was the likes of Mark McCormick walking over me at the game because he'd be nice and calm. You were all jumping all over, getting sent off. Like, you know what I mean? So we tell that story. So
you won, were you?
When I went to the game, what do you tell that game?
Let's go.
Right, last game of the season, we had to play Glebe North. They needed to beat us to stay up, and we needed a draw to stay up. And so they took. We didn't start well nervous.
No, we were poor. We were that.
They took the lead 1-0. We went 1-1, and then they went 3-1. Right, 3-1. So I remember saying to the lineup, what's left? I says there, boss, and he says to me, you're in the 88-minute, Chandler. You're in the 88-minute, right? And the ball came in, whipped in the box. Larry Ivers, bang, to make it 3-2. Do you remember? Right? And then, a few minutes later, right? What's left, referee? What's left, lineup? Right? And I'm blessing myself. It's ridiculous, right? And this crowd was on. He says, we're in the 95th minute. He said, I think he has another 2 added on, or 3. In the end, I found out it was 98. It was 8 minutes added on. There was, right, for stoppages and different things. And or maybe the brown envelope. So what happened was, right, we never forget this. So there's a corner for us. And Murray was hanging on the edge of the box. And I said, get in the box.
The best header on the pitch.
One of our best headers. Relax. So he says, now, if it comes back out, it's like he knew the script.
Yeah.
The ball gets headed back out. Ball bounces, half volley. Bump. Top corner. Right? 3-0. These 2 morons, right? Carl Murray runs and jumps over to his dad on the back. He runs and takes up the jersey with him. They're on yellow cards. They come back on the referee. Sorry, Alan, nothing I can do. Red. Second yellow, right? I'm downtown, man.
And you're probably one of the best headers as well, as you said.
They got a chance.
Remember that, I was watching it,
And it just tipped over the fucking bar.
Halfway line, the man just lumped it in, didn't he?
Yeah, it just went by.
He just tipped it up. No, he didn't tip it over. Just barely went over the bar, didn't
I
he?
think it went by the post.
Who was in goal?
Yeah.
Who was in goal?
Philly
O'Connor. Philly O'Connor.
Great season he had.
A great season, and could put the ball in the length of the field.
Yeah.
But I think he tipped it over the bar, did he?
He could have. I don't know.
No, I don't think they missed. They missed.
And anyways, you're right, because when he kicked it, the whistle blew. And then, oh my God.
Wow, probably.
Like, you know, like...
Did we end up on the Gargle ourselves on it, didn't we?
Yes. That's how Brian won the cup final that night.
And he came
was sick
back.
of winning cup finals, him and Higgins. And they come up to join us and had a night. That was a night. That was a great night. Well, look, they're great days. Listen, them... Look at.
I don't think they get crowds like that anymore. Down the Tolka.
I'll tell you what.
No.
So just ask about talking about friends. Remember, calm, nice and calm. Right, Chandler, that's me done now. He says, I'm delighted for you. I couldn't be more happy for you. But then Pete Man texts me that night. Now, they're like this. A manager like Pete Man, right? It means a lot to me. He texts me. He says, Chandler, you're like a Dini. How did you do that? He said, that's unbelievable, he says.
The great escape, yeah.
The guy said, you're like a Dini. Well done. Okay, you know. So the amount of people that came down to see that. So you have to understand. People came down to watch us a lot that year because they couldn't believe they're winning now again. They're getting results. They're getting their stand up. We became like the team that was supposed to the team that was supposed to fold into the Great Escape.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Do you know what I mean? And all we had was ordinary lads from AOL football that had a desire to win and never got a proper chance of other big clubs in Leinster Senior before, and they should have won a lot more. And that's yourself including different things. Would you agree with that?
But put yourself into that mix then, and that's what creates the chemistry that you had. Good man management, passion for the game, and that they fed through that because you gave them that chance, so they believed in you more, and that's why they fucking.
Yeah, but I think that's. I know sometimes I've probably done a bit of spoofing along the way, but I call them little white lies.
Yeah,
little white lies. And a manager, if you're gonna have any way in this game, you've got to have loads of little things up your sleeve and little ways of talking and to people and all and convincing. But so that ended, and then look, I thought the team we got fucking relegated with the year later was a better team. A better team, just didn't blend quick enough. See, we always say this. I talked to Paul Donnelly about this. We overachieved, right? It was amazing what we done, right? Because I remember, as I said, Dermot says to me, you know, it's gonna be relegation. You know, you won't stay up. And I said, well, let me decide that. And then when we sat down in the summer, he actually turned around and said, look, this is football. I don't hold, you haven't seen them, but I've seen him shake his hand because, you know, he gave me the opportunity. But at the same time, he said to me in the meeting with me and Paul Donnelly, you have to stand up, lads, that's unbelievable. You can have the job for 5 years, 10 years. Because we explained to him. Now I said, look, this might go a different way. I said, because we're building. I said, well, I'm not just building for one team now. We need to build a Saturday team. And we built a very good Saturday team. We brought the 19th show, do you remember?
That's right, yeah.
And we got the Saturday team got to the quarterfinals in SSU and all, and the first year back organising. But on the first team level, we didn't get the rub of the green. Sure, we didn't, like, you know.
Yeah, it was an unlucky
season. That's football. And then in the end, like that, everything comes to an end. I got sacked.
Relegated.
And that's it, like, you know what I mean? Like, so from highest. Isn't football the highest and the lowest?
Yeah, well, there you go.
Amazing,
probably bring you to the highest high, and then.
Can I just say, isn't it one hell of a drug?
Isn't it? It's the best.
We love it. It's the best drug ever.
The roller coaster ride of it.
And the lowest. I'm depressed yesterday over my team when losing 2-0. My little under 14 team. But tomorrow night we could go out and beat Palmer again. We could play as God, and then you're up high again. You know what I mean? It's just that's the beauty of it. When you lose that, that's the time to walk away.
Yeah.
So.
And you stop caring about it,
so then, look, last but least, I better not leave the great season we have at Montpellier. I'll go into that now.
Of course, no, this is it.
This is your podcast. Listen,
I don't want to be like dragging.
No, we're on time, not like the last one, 3.5 hours.
I know 10 points of Guinness.
I don't think I'll put a lot in there, you know what I mean? Like, and
did you go unbeaten that year, or how that work for you?
We were unbeaten at home.
Right.
So Montpellier, when we went down Montpellier, I'll tell you what happened in Montpellier. I had no interest. I think you know well. I gave up football for years. I went to helping the kids.
I think Tolka hurt you, John, didn't it? Tolka hurt you. Yeah, you were upset about it. Because I didn't even hear from you for like best part of probably 6 to 8 months.
I think it's about 5 years later. I didn't do anything for 5 years. Now I did football in the schoolboys.
Yeah.
So I bet me head into that, and I started enjoying the schoolboy football, and it gave me a different level there. But seeing it, listen, I got offered jobs after that.
Yeah, I remember.
Plenty of jobs, but it hurt me. hurt me because I felt, I don't want to be having, as I said, I'll shake any man's hand and I'll always have a point with everybody because football brought me beautiful things in life, my best friends in life, and it brought me business. It brought me, most of my work is through fucking football, most of my contracts and jobs. And so, like, I don't want to be like sounding like I'm so delighted for the opportunity, but I felt, I saw the Paul Donnelly, and he wouldn't say this, so I would say it for him, that we got hard done by after the job we done the first year. Our legacy, what we done the first year, should have left us there for at least 3-4 seasons. If we were told we're getting the job for 5 seasons, there's people got jobs for years and done nothing in jobs. And I think we should have been owed the right
to rebuild
another couple of years to rebuild that club. And I think we would have.
Definitely.
I definitely believe we would have.
I went to Dermot. I told you that before. I went to Dermot and obviously a couple of weeks later. And because the lads were kind of like a bit pissed off that John and Paul were at the being sacked, and we were kind of like, I probably don't want the new manager to come in. Everyone was kind of used to John. He was at the building that little team together, and I went in and asked him. I said to Dermot, I think I had a few clubs onto me, but I went to Dermot and I says, I think if you and I had clubs from the top league asked me. Mocked us and obviously the Crumlin and Cherry Arch, a few teams on, and I said to them, I said, look Dermot, if you keep John and Paul, you're going to keep all of us. I'm going to stay. And he's going to get more in, and I think we'll stay up. I says, if you don't get John, or if you leave John, like
we got promoted again that year. We were in the top 3,
and you get someone else in. I think all these lads are going to leave. And he was like, oh no, well, and we made the decision, and then the next fella came in. And he got relegated.
He made the decision. They didn't make the decision. He made the decision. But look, it doesn't matter. As I said, delighted for the opportunity. You know, that put me mentally out of football.
Big time,
I was never coming back to football. Like I'll never come back and tell me, my little buddy, Jay Brady.
LJ, what?
Yeah, he'd be talking me into it, you know. And look, I enjoyed that year. It was a great year. It was a team there already, but we brought in a few quality players. And look at them. They're a great bunch of lads. I have nothing bad to say about that job, about anything. It was a good year. We won the league, done what we were supposed to do, and it was time to step away in the circumstances. Well, like that, you can call it whatever. I was probably sacked a bit about. To be honest, me and Tuggy weren't going to stay. But if it makes them feel better that they sacked me, best of luck to them. I'm John Chandler. I'm thick-skinned. I don't need to be calling the town. Oh yes, we didn't sack you. You know, or we sacked you. You know what I mean? Like, best of luck. So look, what a year, good year. I probably wouldn't have stayed on. Let's be honest about it. You know, and we've been offered jobs since that. Would I go back into senior football? Yes.
Would it? That's what I was going to say. What would entice you? Like, what sort of job would entice you?
What sort of job? The right club, and I'll tell you what I mean by the right club. We take funny about Tolka clubs. Take Gareth Dodger on the Dublin bus. That's a great club. Yeah, that's a great club. You know what I mean? Like, so the right club. The likes of that. There's many clubs that secretly I have in my mind. No, there's not many. There's 2 or 3 that I wouldn't mind managing. And I won't say them on this because it wouldn't be fair to the managers.
No, to be respectful,
it wouldn't be fair to the managers that's managing them.
Yeah, of course.
That'd be fair, fair. Yeah. But there's definitely 3 or 4 jobs that if they arose, I think I could do a job with them and take them to
it wouldn't
be experience.
You wouldn't be into a rebuild. You want a team, a good decent team there, you know. Or have you got the mind for the whole rebuild, like? Like you done at Tolka, because when you went to Tolka and you're going chasing players around.
I think I'd always go and sign players. I never sit with what I have, do we?
I think that's when you thrive at best.
To do that. I think you have to sign 5-6 players to set your own mark. And then every season I think you have to sign 2.
Yeah.
Martin Loughlin's a master already, he was. A master.
I think the days of sitting in people's gardens for 3 days has kind of gone out the window as well. So.
Well, can I just get back to a funny story about... Sorry, Nelson.
No, it's all quite Tom. That was finished.
Sorry, William, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Things are coming into my head.
Yeah, you walk away.
And I think they're important things as well. And it's about you, actually. Like, so, I got a great relationship with Martin Loughlin. I thought he's a great man to play against and all. Like, and, you know, people, you have to get to know people. You know what I mean? I think Martin got to know me. But I remember Martin in Tolka Rovers, and as cheeky as Martin would be, in a nice way, he says to me, look, because he knew I was gone. It was common knowledge. The referees were all very upset that they heard I was getting sacked. I knew I was getting sacked 5 games to go. Wouldn't have been Alan?
Yeah.
And I still stuck my job very professional, didn't I?
Yeah, all the way.
And we're playing Crumlin War, and like, man says to me, "Coach, how are you there?" And he's one of the lads in the car. I said, "Yeah." He said, "What's Alan Barrett like?" I said, "Give me a ring and I'll talk to you about Alan Barrett, not a problem." I said, "He's grand." He said, "Give us a bell down." I gave him a bell down. He said, "What's Alan like?" I said, "How do you mean, man?" He said, "Does he drink much?" I said, he spilled more on his top. I said, "He's a poser." I said, he holds the bottle like he's holding a glass of wine. I said, but I said, attitude wise, I said, he deserves a chance with that. I said, if you think you have a place for him, I'll tell you, I'm over the moon for him. I'm over the moon. And that's what the rest is history. That's what Martin rang you. You met Thing.
I met Danny, yeah, but Martin rang you. Yeah. Remember you ringing me and saying Martin's after ringing me asking about you.
So I think that was going to happen. And then so things are meant to happen. So you met Danny Loughlin. So that was meant to happen. You know what I mean? Like, you were going to Crumlin, you were destined to go to Crumlin. I think after that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
But skip back to 2 years previous. You wanted to retire. My ankle's sore.
And there you go. He goes on to himself for another bleeding 6
No, yeah, and in fairness to John,
leagues,
John held that massively. Like, and I always even say that to you. Like, John and the highest regard have helped me get back to.
One thing I'll never do. Me and him cried over things. When I know I'm holding someone back, I let them go. For example, Alan came down after winning every club. He came down to Montpellier with me, and he was all set to sign. But then someone was telling him, "No, it's not. You still want another year in the top league." And plus, they were telling you, "You're still good enough to play in the top league." And rightly so. So he came up to my house. That's a hard job you have to do. And I tell you, my missus is looking at us and going, "Look, we had a bit of a moment, didn't we?"
We did, yeah.
And like, I'd be shook, I'd be hugged, and it says, "Look, something to me." I always try and people that play for me, I always take them as like one of me kids, basically. They'll always be, anybody play for me, I'll always have a soft spot in my heart. And always, you know what I mean, like, going through life. And I'll always try and do the best I can for them, you know what I mean, and help them out, like, you know what I mean? And whether that's football or life or anything, like, you know. I think that's important.
We've always been there, say, even for me, and I know for other people as well, outside of football, you've always been there.
I think that's important, isn't it? Like that, as your podcast states, and it's a very good start, is, you know, amateur footballers, you know, putting their hearts and lives on the line. And that's what we do. But and that's why we become friends. And you do that for your friends. You do that for your football friends.
As I said before, you're in it together. You know, you're in for the same cause. Like, it's the win, to sometimes lose together now.
Yeah,
you know,
of course,
it's all from the same direction. Like.
Of course. So Montpellier, we done what we had to do. We won the league. Some cracking players. Like they blew me away. How good he was, like Lynchy, a man Lynch in the middle of the park.
He's a magician, and he's down with us with the Saturday, so
he's
unreal. See the trick, the player can run to what I call him JJ Okocha, like he just scoops the ball over your man's head and runs past him. Your man's
Kane O'Brien, Larkin. You know what I mean? Like these are cracking players. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're cracking players.
Yeah, they've kicked on, haven't they? And they're
great players.
From then to now, they've kicked on.
No, Nelly has them, so you don't be trying to chase them for finish.
A bit of poaching there, but never fall out with some other football.
So that's
where
it's
at.
We're up into the schoolboy, as we talked about earlier on. So I'm enjoying the schoolboy.
Tell you what, that's some roller coaster of a career from your playing days.
I probably didn't win loads as a manager, but I'd like to think that I done well.
You've done
everywhere
enough,
I went.
I think, yeah.
Everywhere I went, I've won something. I've left something behind. You know what I mean? Like a structure, like, you know what I mean?
That Saturday side of down Tolka Rovers went on to kick on.
Yeah, they kicked on great, and like I know they dipped. It went back down to 1A, but then Pierre came in and look at him. He had to bring them back up to 2 leagues.
They're in the top league now, and they deserve to be in the top league at the club like that.
I want Tolka Rovers in the top league. You know
Same.
What I mean? Like,
I root for them. I root for them even now. I'd always look out for their
scores.
And
that's like Usher Celtic. I can't wait to see Usher Celtic in the top league next season. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To see Usher Celtic, because we play for them, and I'm a Liberty boy. It's going to be amazing.
That's two teams that you've managed in the top league then as well. Three, St. Francis as well.
Yeah,
St. Francis,
look at it that way as well. I don't think me and John.
Yeah, I think you're being a bit hard on yourself there on the managerial end of things.
The blueprint for teams to kick on, you know.
Yeah, well, look, I know me and John Ray would have a Francis for definitely, yeah. And look, I know, and I'd like to think, yeah, that's the way it is.
So take the compliment and then
take the compliment and give us your best 11.
This episode is brought to you by O'Connor Cars. Don't let car troubles slow you down. Turn to the motor experts at O'Connor Cars for fast and reliable service that gets you back on the road in no time. We all know the frustration of unexpected breakdowns. That's why their team are here to fix any issue, big or small, with precision and care. From engine tune-ups to brake repairs, transmission fixes to diagnostics, they do it all. For reliable motor repairs, call O'Connor Cars on 01 834 0938 or contact them via Instagram or Facebook at O'Connor Cars.
Right, with the first one, John, any regrets?
As I said, 2 regrets. One as a player, leaving Kevin's as a young man, and not sticking out and having patience with all the great players that were there and waiting for me proper chance. And the second one was leaving Wifty. They're massive regrets.
Yeah. There you go. The best player you played with?
Oh, best player ever. I never even thought that one today. I didn't. The best player I played with. Paul Fitzmaurice.
Pity off Usher.
I have to say that.
Good player, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Your best manager?
My best manager? Jeez. I better put my dad somewhere in there as well. I had a couple of good managers, as I said. Pete was briefly there, and then I thought John Noonan was great. If he had a Stellan League of Ireland, John Noonan had all the tools and everything. He was with Francis all his life. John Noonan. There's a few, I'm trying to think, make sure I don't leave anybody bloody out. But look, you take a bit. You take a bit of a manager. John O'Casey, what a great manager. I played for my Tolka Rovers. I said that earlier, didn't I? I played for Tolka Rovers with James O'Rourke, by the way. John O'Casey, I took a lot over John O'Casey. You take a lot over John O'Casey over Pete Mann.
John McLaren said John O'Casey was the best manager he had.
But there you
said he was brilliant.
That, yeah.
There you
He
go.
said he
Tell
was
John
brilliant.
Hanks and that is.
He said, I'd say you want to have a close second.
Keep that in the podcast. Because you get a quick crack out of that. I think he did tell me though it was a close second somewhere. I think he did, yeah. It's in the post.
Go
on.
Best club?
My best club? Jeannie, that's a trick question because we're not allowed
You have two. You said you had 2, yeah. We give you the 2.
Give you the 2.
We give you the 2.
Usher and Francis.
Yeah.
Usher
You speak very highly of them all the way through this,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely did. Your best friend in football?
My best friend in football, John Reid.
He's our best mates, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, hardest player you ever played against?
Oh, it is a good one. Alan Reynolds. I played for Waterford. I played for Francis.
Good player.
Unbelievable. Played for United now. He's managing Bowers now.
Right.
Alan Reynolds. Played for United.
Forced him.
They're taking him
You
over.
only have to take them over.
Yeah, he plays with 30 and all. Alan Reynolds is a great player. Played against him with Francis a couple of times and played against him in the FEI in the quarterfinals, and he got me sent off in the replay.
Was a hardy player, wasn't he?
You know what? Tough as nails.
Yeah.
Love playing against him because he wasn't afraid of a tackle and he give you a fucking tackle. We should have won all down there. We took them back to Baldonnell on the Wednesday night. It's the only time I was ever on the 6 o'clock news, so getting sent off against him. Nobody come to the sport.
Yeah.
Sent off. Me and Graham Doyle. Paul Doyle's brother. Right. 2 of us are sent off. We're beating 2-0. Yeah.
Your favourite memory?
A favourite memory? It's keeping Tolka Rovers up.
Very good, yeah.
And all the things I fucking won, I tell you. And I won a few things. Things I'm at the beginning to say that I won. But that's immaterial. I told you that coming in here. It was about my managerial career. That was the best night of my life.
Yeah.
Keeping Tolka Rovers up.
The feeling was
never
like
had that
saying,
like in my life.
it shot through me.
I never
My
had
whole
that like.
body.
I got that as well. I was only
And
watching.
that's no disrespect to the things I won with clubs as a player
Same.
and as a manager. By a garden well.
Yeah. Same. We had a great win in the Metro and with Crumlin, and it was probably the best feeling of winning things. But still to this day, the Tolka Rovers, that feeling of staying up like
Because what
overshadowed
we
it
went
all.
through from the beginning,
Yeah.
and the signing this, and to get the team together, and not giving us a break,
It was-
and we only had Christmas to have a pre-season.
Yeah.
I think I said it before. A lot of people probably went down to Seas fail and Seas get relegated. No,
I think we turned people around
of it,
because
yeah.
people were coming down.
360. There was a few 360s.
Going dead and buried, and
Yeah.
then 7 games in, they're going, "Oh, come on, Tolka!"
Yeah.
They're clapping with you. Then
you have to
Yeah.
you said that, John. You said that we turned a lot of.
naysayers.
They turned of non-believers into believers down there, and people probably in the club as well.
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
got that.
See, isn't that the beauty about the game as well? About football, like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's brilliant.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they can do that.
So, a player that didn't fulfil their potential.
A player that didn't fulfil their potential.
You can have a few if you want.
Yeah, well, Robbie Bartley's one of them, right? You know, I'm talking about me managing players that can managing all league. Robbie Bartley. You'll probably think he filled his potential, but to me, I'll give you 2 figure more because he should be playing in England. Crockett and Git Barber.
Yeah,
And they won everything in the game and international caps and all. But if you're talking about making it, there you go.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, good
I
shout,
hope
yeah.
I'm not leaving anybody out because there's some quality players still in now. You know, them 3 in particular down that I meant to mention in there. Yeah,
very good,
I'll
yeah.
go with that.
You go,
Right, John, your best 11 or your best 11s.
Oh, no, my best 11. I just, you know, look at this head. I'm going to be letting people down here, like, but look at. I thought about this today because I knew it was coming today, and because I had been listening to your podcasts, so I done my best 11 as a manager and my best 11 that I played with.
Yeah, deadly.
So I like that again because few of your podcasters put in my head to go 3-5-2. Now I was a fan of 3-5-2. So
Yeah, he played that.
So I think it was only fair for me goalkeeper. I thought about this. I would have picked somebody else the last time. But I thought about this because he played for nearly every club for me. And he went with me and we used to fight like thick as tears. But he still backed me. And he gave out about me behind me back and then he still signed me. John Brown.
John, I knew you were going to
John
say
Brown
John.
was my goalkeeper.
yeah.
He has to be. You know what I mean? Because I really tell bitches to do it.
Still trying to boss each other. What you say?
Oh, my mates.
Yeah,
Underneath
yeah,
it all.
yeah.
Underneath it all. You know, right, so 3 at the back, right? 3 at the back. I think this is a brilliant trade, right? Right? On the right side of it, Carl Murray. On the left side of it, Bill McLean. And centre of it, Plugs.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
this might
Do you know
mean-
what? People
the
that
centre
only
forwards have
played with them
Mark McCormick should say his
will
name is
realise, yeah.
Mark Plugs McCormick.
People
so
that
know.
only played with them will realise
How good
what
he
we
is.
know.
Did the centre
how
forward
they
in the
do.
way
Yeah, see,
hockey,
a lot of
yeah,
people
for fuck's
might go, no, but people that know them 3 people, that's 3 quality
Yeah,
centre.
if you're a centre forward
That's
there, you're
3
getting
quality
thumped
centres.
around.
Yeah.
We 3 in the middle, right? Alan Barrett, I couldn't leave him. Alan, I'm only joking here. Yeah, well, Alan Barrett, Stephen Browning, right? And Gavin Doyle. Gavin Doyle was unbelievable. The fella I'm telling you about
with Francis.
Scotty, I think Scotty
Yeah, Sky picked him, yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like that. So,
What sort of player was he?
sorry.
What sort of player was he, Gavin Doyle?
Gavin Doyle was. Ask Ken Casson what he was like, Rick, and I'm telling you, Rick, Gavin Doyle was like when he started, when he left us, he went to Pats. He played for Pats and all. Great League of One career. He was an outside left, a left forward want. But when he got older, he became into midfield. And he could just pick a pass. He could pick a pass. It's just unbelievable. Pass the ball, box to box. He wouldn't be a sprinter, box to box. He'd get around the whole pitch like a Paul Scholes. He'd be like a Paul Scholes. That's exactly how to explain. Like a Paul Scholes, pinging balls around. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable, Gavin Doyle. I know him all my life. I know him since a kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, great footballing family. That's his cousin that I think he's still playing his 40s. That played for Leeds and all. Doyle. What's his freaking first name? But he plays for Leeds and he's a great player. Great football family. Right. So then, me right wing back, Mark Higgins.
Here you go,
Right.
yeah.
We left. This was a tough one. So maybe I'm getting Johnny back. Well,
I seen him scribble through his name.
no, I didn't. No. James O'Rourke left. Now he's not a wing back, but you have to have him in my team for the left foot on the left. And we 2 centre forwards, Lara Ivers and Anton Short.
Very good.
That's a great sum 11. Do you need to know them or not? Like, they need to be the
No,
same.
yeah, we'll have them, yeah. Yeah, we'll jot them down.
That's a somebody
We'll
team
jot
that,
them
innit?
down.
That's a great
Yeah.
thing. Trust me on that. That's a great thing, innit?
Yeah.
You imagine coming up, right? John Brown a goal in his prime, right? If you don't mind me giving you a little demo on it, right? I feel like I'm managing a team here now. Right? John Brown in goal, right? And in front of you, right? You've got Carl Murray, Mark McCormick, and Bill McLean.
All solid.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? Innit? Right? And then in the midfield, Alan Barrett, Stephen Brown, and Gavin Doyle. The work rate that Stephen Brown and you could give Gavin Doyle's ability around you. He's a run the show. Run the show. And then Higgins pace on the left. James O'Rourke on the left. His skill. And had the short strength and Larry Ivor's power for goals.
Great goal scorer, yeah.
Isn't it?
He didn't give her a bash too long though. Sure, he didn't in the top league.
No,
he got lazy and
he
went
was
after
a Francis
Tolka
man
and went
through
up
and
there.
through, and then he set up his business.
No, Lar, I mean, Lar, yeah.
Listen to me, Lar could take and leave football. That's the kind of
Easy
person he
for him,
was.
yeah.
He's very laid back.
Yeah.
Very, very laid back. And humble. He wouldn't be a bragger or anything like that. He wouldn't be wanting you to get on and beg him to play.
Yeah.
He done it for me, you know what I mean? So, you know, right, so we go best 11 I played with. You won't remember any of this, but people that's in their 40s, I mean, or 50s. Right, so goalkeeper for me, played with Russia Celtic, Brian Kenny, great keeper, Brian Kenny. He played with Neilstown and all he did. He dad signing for Russia. Centre halves that I played with, three at the back, right? Willie Donnelly, outstanding, and John Reid in the centre of that, unbelievable.
Was John a centre half? Yeah.
Centre half, and he played midfield as well now. And Declan Lahiff played for Russia. So there is a couple of Russians in here, but really Saugus I played for a long time. So John's a Francis man, Brian, as I said, goalkeeper, and then Willie Donnelly and Lahiff Russia. And then me middle of the park, they're always G's. Imagine a 3G man, I should call them. Right? Yeah. Graham Doyle, which is Paul Doyle's brother, right? Class player. Gavin Doyle, which we spoke about. Yeah, because I played with him. Yeah, at Francis. Yeah, and Graham Casson.
Right.
And you ask Graham Casson about Graham Doyle and about Gavin Doyle, he'll know all them. He'll know them, and he'll surely probably play with Graham, but he'll tell you that's some midfield.
Yeah.
I want you to tell him that. Midfield. You hear me? And but he was unbelievable, Casson. Casson's a want.
Yeah, one with a left foot. Yeah.
Just simple. Bang, you know, keep it simple. You might think, he looked like he had time in the ball all the time.
Yeah.
He tell you he couldn't run, but he looked like he never lost the ball.
Yeah.
You know, but then...
Bit Blackburn, wasn't he, Cass? Was he away with Blackburn? Wasn't he signed by Blackburn?
Yeah, he was over there. Yeah, 100%. Then we right wing back, Jerry Lynch, the fella that went to America, Jimmy Lynch's son. Class he was. He was class. I'm not joking. Ask James O'Rourke what he was like.
Did he play
Jerry
football over there, or did he still stop?
He played semi-professional over there.
Did he?
Yeah, and then me left wing back that I played with Jason Legwich. You ever heard of Leggy? Leggo was deadly. He played for Russia and he played for France's League of Ireland with me as well. Played for France's, and then he had a great career with Russia as well. Great player. And then two centre forwards, Paul Fitzmaurice and Paul Kenny, Bill Kenny. They were deadly.
Bill some goal scorer, was he?
Unbelievable. So was Fitz to him.
He played for a long time, didn't he, Fitz? I remember playing against him.
Fitz is still playing 25, he's 55.
Does he? Yeah.
He's better than any of them.
Blowing around.
Brendan said he does.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Deadly.
I wouldn't be 55. What am I 50? Yeah, 54. And anyways, 54. Yeah. So look at
John, thanks very much.
That was a pleasure.
That was brilliant, yeah.
Second time round, it was top.
Thanks very
It was even better second time round, yeah.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed that one.
Did you enjoy that?
Brilliant it was, yeah. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much, boys.
Brilliant.
I hope everybody else likes it.